All right, boys, we are fucking in. We are in here doing the good shit. We're in here doing some Godbound tonight. Doing some
Feeding your
Godbound.
addiction.
Yes, time to feed my fucking chronic Godbound addiction. That's for sure. Hold on, let me make myself a little bit bigger. Boys, we got a very good one here today. Are you gonna press play on the first song? Because it's very quiet in here. There you go.
Yes.
Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Boys, I hope you guys are ready for some shenanigans and some goodies.
Give some creepy music to play in the background.
Indeed. But boys.
Oh, also to start off our stream today, I just hit 100k channel points in your chat.
100k? Oh, bet. Let's go.
Like just as we transitioned over, I hit the green button, got another 100, and I'm now at 100k.
Bet. I see. All right, boys. So what I'm gonna do is while James is giving the recap, I'm gonna quick don't mind my appearance. I'm just resetting my model real quick. I'll be right back. But James, go ahead and give the recap. We'll return.
So
I'm gonna freeze for a second though.
My little Godbound sheet real quick. So last time was a bit of a training arc as you traveled to the first point of inheritance, finding out more about the person who came before you, who wielded your staff all those years ago. Both Ezroth and Cole have been diligently expanding and refining their powers and their skills as you travel. You've been looking deep within your heart and within those locked memories. And eventually you made it to the first gate, the first inheritance.
Yep.
There you fought a cultist of the dragon of the one that consumes. I see dragon of consumption, but no, the one that consumes. After defeating him, you went into the site of inheritance and you met the siege dragon. You talked with him, got a bit more insight into your predecessor and what it really means to inherit, and what your what the I can't remember the name now. The one that came before, the one that is giving you all his power, what his hopes were for you. And he gave you a little gift, a little increase to your power, making it more dangerous. Your magic now has an air of chaos to an air of destruction. Making it so it's much harder to block with even divine effort. Now being only really able to be blocked either by physicality, like a normal save, or a gift specially made to block the attack or the damage of it. And Cole was given the will of dragons.
Very fiery eyes and the such.
Yes. You can see his muscles ripple now. He looks actually more similar to Azeroth now in terms of muscles. He looks like a veteran soldier.
No longer string bean, now thick boy.
He's a Chad.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what? Let me just roll a
Oh. What was that for?
Seeing how much stronger his jawline has gotten.
Yes, okay. Sure, James, come on.
Okay. I would say though, because I've seen also how like his overall physique and such has improved visually, and he is now it's on par with Azeroth, where they are both JoJo posing.
Bruh, come on.
They are quite no, literally, like they are just like that kind of physicality, where they are very strong, very well built. He is now the muscle mage.
I see.
You see his eyes burn with power as he gained that new that will inside of him. And in the day afterwards, after you had left the site of inheritance and started your travels back into your territory, everyone has been kind of getting used to their...
Question. Weren't we heading out of the territory to go to the second location?
Oh yeah, right. Were you going towards the one that's closer, or the one that's
closer one that
territory?
you said was out?
Okay, yeah.
You said it was outside territory.
So, yeah, it was. I forgot you went back into the territory now. I went to the one that's closer.
Well, I mean, the one that we were going to was, like, the one that we just finished up at was already inside the territory.
Yeah, there's one that's closer that was outside the territory, and then there's one's a little farther away that's still inside the territory.
We were heading to the one that was outside because he was closer.
Okay.
Yep.
So, after you have, you left and you got back onto your haunches and you start traveling out
Mighty steeds.
the mighty haunches.
Mighty haunches.
Towards the next site of inheritance. To hopefully gain more power. To help your father more and...
Can I go ahead and do something along the way?
What's up?
So, along the way, I'm going to take... just while I'm going, I'm going to be thinking of various different ways to seal things and this, that, and the other. As I pull open my journal and I flip through the pages, looking back at the runes from the One Who Consumes, scanning through them, taking little bits of ideas from this and that and the other, try my best to, like, get some new ideas about how to work these runes in. On the journey there, I'm going to be slow casting Theurgy on my time ring that is on my, I think I put it on my Skelly hand. I'm going to go ahead and take that off, and, no, I'm not even going to take it off. I'm just going to leave it on, as I'm going to be taking small pieces of magic, with the tip of my finger and just etching runes into the outside, carving into the metal itself, almost like tack welding little engravings into it, leaving behind shining blue runes all across the band. As I slowly meld in the ability of these runes to seal. However, I do it in a bit of a twist. I take inspiration using other theurgy, and Azeroth and Cole can see me kind of inside the back of the crowd here, idly just kind of sitting on the horse doing this, and right as I finish arching the runes in there, I feel happy with the construction and how the runes are applied, as I then begin to cast incantations that neither of them have heard to this point before. Incantations that they can't even understand the words I'm saying, but still bend and bob the weave into different forms. The magic around me kind of bustling and snapping at different places. The grass kind of waving on out like ripples in the water. But the magic around me being condensed, not to a target, but straight into the ring as it's clear that I've cast a spell, but I haven't finished it, leaving but only one syllable left behind. As I implant one spell straight into the ring, and then seal it with a quick, short, almost... You know how in, like, Pig Latin and whatnot, you kind of, like, double speak? It's kind of the same kind of way. Mm-hmm. Where I implant the last bit of the rune spell right on over the spell that I was casting just moments ago, sealing its magic in stasis right there, to be unleashed and finish the spell later, using the magic held within the time ring to pause that incantation. And then I do it once more, this time with a curse, planting into the ring the final pieces of that incantation of the theurgy, leaving behind the only last remaining portion. What the specifics of the curse are, all the other framework being completed, all I must name now is what its effect is. Placing that deep into the ring as well, covering it up with the last bit, I seal those two spells within, as all the runes immediately brightly glow, shining before spinning around the band itself not moving, but the runes dancing across before etching themselves deeply around the band. As the magic around me just kind of puffs away and dies down. He just holds his hand up, looks at it, and goes, that'll do. That'll do nicely.
Your allies look at you, or Cole looks at you quite inquisitively of what you did. So he kind of comes over on Hansback. He trots over a little bit. Say, young master, what is it that you created?
Oh, yes. He'll take off the ring as he immediately kind of puts a hand up to his face. His precog just shuts off, and he's now not used to not having precog for a second or two. As he kind of, like, waves his head side to side a little bit just to snap his senses back. As he holds the ring up, he goes, this ring I've enchanted with various time magic, as you may know. From our last battles, myself having near precognition. Given that it has essence of time from our previous adversary, I thought it might very well, if I apply, as he reaches down to the Hans and kind of picks up the book that was like spread across the saddle. As he kind of just holds it on up, flips it around and goes, the runes my predecessor etched and created are sealing runes of various sorts, mixed in with some of the runes that I've studied from the one who knows. I've crafted a ring of spell storing of ascent. As he shuts the book, puts it back in his bag, and slides the ring back on, kind of like holding on to the saddle as his gaze kind of readjusts to what he's used to now. So he goes, all I have to do is remove the little trigger that is the rune's release word, and the spell will be resumed. Think of it as taking a spell and freezing it in time, only to be finished using the last scraps of the incantation. That is what I've done. And to my surprise, it has worked. I was not expecting it to, necessarily, but I was hoping it would. I don't understand these runes entirely, but I get enough of it that this should work perfectly fine.
He looks amazed as he looks down, seeing the etchings in the runes, not understanding them really, but show me some. I'm just gonna have him.
No. It's like, oh, theurgy. Oh.
If he
all
had succeeded,
theurgy. He has no fucking idea.
if he had succeeded in that, he would have immediately become an eldritch.
No, I doubt it.
I've gone closer.
He had
though.
such a high roll when he nat one. Ooh.
You know what?
Take your 4.
He literally
becomes an eldritch of his own choice.
He just switch that out to 12 and succeed. And you kind of see his eyes just like glow as he stares at them. He doesn't fully understand them, but you can see the inkling is there, where he's like starting to understand them. He is one step closer to becoming an eldritch.
Oh, of course.
Hey man, becoming an eldritch ain't easy. It's gonna be a long haul.
Oh, well.
Long haul MacGuffin, I believe. I'm just gonna whip out at some point and just make him suddenly an eldritch.
But I'm gonna look over at him and go, this ring I have taken a bit of a liking to. I think the intertwining of time and the arcane can be quite useful. And the ability to see just moments into the future has proven itself to be very, very useful. There's also one more power that I haven't quite used yet. Haven't had the chance to. You see, if I know of a certain time period, or an event, If I place my hand upon an object and I channel the time magic within, if my rune work is correct, I should be able to fling myself through my consciousness through time and view those events specifically as if I was there. I would be in no danger, but I would be more of an observer, to say the least. It would allow me to spectate, investigate, you could say. I wouldn't be able to interact with anything, but at the very least I'd be able to see what's going on, which could prove itself to be very useful. But for now, I haven't been able to use it. Maybe in time. But I will add to this ring as we go. There's still some powers within time manipulation that I'm still eager to investigate, I would say.
He nods to you. I wonder if he could find anything within one of the sites of inheritance.
I can only hope so. I know we're heading on quite a fast pace, and the next site of inheritance isn't too absurdly far. I can only hope the boons that it gives me are worth the trek, and possibly the danger. But I guess we won't know until we get there. There's still one more after this. We'll head there immediately afterwards. Check and see what it has and what it's about. I'm sure there might be also boons for you all as well. Maybe. But it seems my predecessor was something of an archmage of some sort. I'll take whatever power they'll give me. At least for now. I just hope this doesn't come at a cost.
He rides back up, he nods to you, you can see him kind of looking down in contemplation as he rides ahead a little bit more, back to where he was previously. It's a fairly uneventful ride.
Yeah, I'll ride up to the front as well, by the way.
Okay. It's a fairly uneventful ride so far. The terrain changes fairly quickly. It seems like it's that specific area that is cold and like icy as it is. It gets a little bit warmer, a little bit less treacherous. It's still cold. There's still snow on the ground and on the trees, but not nearly as bad. There you go. And soon enough, it falls to night. You dismount your Hanses. You set up your camp. You are in your tent, focusing on your predecessor's memories to try to glean anything from them.
I would, yes.
Yes, because I know what you're going to be doing at this point.
Listen, at least for now, yeah.
Yeah. Before you do turn from the light, you see Cole reading over some scrolls he got from the church. You see Azeroth not even training with the sword at this point, instead training with just his martial arts. You can see the energy with him is a bit more refined. It flows better with him. Instead of being a power he's controlling, it's one that flows with his normal, like with his soul and with his martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
You see it build and build like a flowing river. Flowing unrelenting before he strikes the base of a tree. Shattering the wood and causing it to start to collapse but be caught on another tree. You can see the surprised look on his face as he kind of thinks about what he did for a second before sitting back down next to a different tree. Giving up on training for the day. Do you want to interact with either of your subordinates?
What was Cole doing again? He was just reading a book.
He was reading some magic scrolls from the church.
You know what? Sure. I'll move on over to, like, how far away is Cole right now?
I'll just probably go on the opposite side of the campfire from you.
I'm beside the campfire. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just kind of sit on up a little bit more, like straighten up a little bit as I look on over and go, Cole, what do you have there?
He kind of looks up. His eyes are a little wide as he puts the scrolls down. Just a stunning bit of magic.
Which spells?
He looks at them once more. Just trying to learn some more holy magic. I think it should assist us in battle.
I see. Well, don't forget your rest is necessary. Can't be going into whatever challenge we have moving forward. Wow, you're, well, too tired to lift a finger. Let's get some sleep.
He nods a few times before putting the books away and like laying his own, like on his own sleeping arrangements.
I'm trying to sit here and think about something real fast. I think what I'm gonna do is I'll stay awake until he falls asleep. Then what I'll do is I'm gonna go into Cole's dreams.
Okay.
I think I'll take tonight, and instead of gleaming more information, he'll take the time to train our boy during sleep. Where his mana is infinite damn near. Because it's literally a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go straight. I'll walk on over to him. And keep in mind, I'll wait till he's, like, asleep. And then do this. And I don't wake anyone up unless I want to. Period, no matter what I do. So I walk over to him. I'll kneel down to him. Place my hand on his shoulder. Close my eyes. And then just the still silence of sleep.
All right.
If he isn't willing, then hardiness save, I think.
Oh no, he's fine.
No,
He's fine. He's fine.
Okay, then I just do it.
Yep, the D20 is for get an idea of what his dream is going to be as you jump into there. So as you enter his dreams, because I would say you jump into his dreams before you start to control it. You can see him standing on basically the normal kind of sparring field back home that him and Azeroth used. But now you see him fighting in actual martial combat using his staff. Mixing staff strikes along with his magic to fend off multiple opponents at close range.
By the way, just FYI, I am the master here. So, I dictate their dreams or nightmares.
That's what I'm saying. This are coming in too. Now you can change it from that.
I'm just saying, because now we switch cockpits. I'm the DM now.
That's what I'm saying. You jump in there now. You can.
I'm the DM.
The reins are on you.
I'm the DM now.
God damn it!
I'm gonna have Azeroth walk up to him, after their spar is complete. But like, feel free to control Azeroth any which way you think would be natural. The only
we're jumping in Cole's or Azeroth's.
This is Cole, but didn't he say he was fighting Azeroth?
No, it's the same field they would use.
Oh, it's the same field. Okay, I'm sorry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to walk up into the, like, from behind him. I'm going to walk on up, and I'm going to have just a cloak of shadows. Like, my cloak of moil, essentially, is just around the seams now, even. It's just billowing darkness. Like, little wisps out, almost as if I have, like, puffs, like, fur puffs that are just smoke. That are just, like, black smoke, just wisping off, not super, super far. It's going to just kind of give the little bit of extra edge to the scene.
Yeah.
But because that is also another power chat I do have. I control darkness now, period. Up to 30 feet around me. So I'm going to walk on up behind him. He's not going to notice me. And I'm going to put a hand on his shoulder and go, Cole.
He's gonna jump a little bit. Young master, And he just kind of looks a little just confused as he rests his staff to the side.
Mm-hmm.
What do you need of me?
I'm going to go ahead and like walk around to his front as I'm like, Cole, are you willing to do everything it takes? Are you?
He nods.
What do you think the purpose is of me being here with you? Why do you think I have you along?
Because my potential magic.
He nods as like fog begins to move across the floor, making the grass around us just kind of look a little hard to see, as the sky kind of still shines, but the clouds are rolling in a little bit, as like you're only getting God rays here and there. As he goes, what do you think would happen if, well, someone were to challenge us that you don't think we could handle? As he just begins walking around him, just kind of like slow but steady, just like arms behind his back, staff floating next to him, just holding his wrist behind him, just walking around him, just talking.
He kind of puts a hand to his chin as he thinks. If we truly had no chance of winning, then you can kind of get stumped by the question.
Let me put it this way. What do you plan to do when you're faced with a monster?
Fights into my last breath.
We'll see. As I open up a black hole underneath him as he drops. Swallows up behind him just like we did inside the dungeon ages ago, before we found the one who consumes. As he flies through darkness, panic begins to set in as he flies through until he falls slamming against hard rock. The air around him is very, very cold and wet. Dripping sounds can be heard here and there as he immediately just looks on over. You can see his staff right next to him. Looks on up and just sees the one that consumes standing over him, completely unchained, roaring right in his face. What does he do?
He holds his staff. You can see him galvanize his will as he prepares all of his magic, ready to fight.
A paw swings around, slamming him right in the side before he can even start incanting a fucking spell, as it flings him straight across the wall, slams him into rock. He feels as if the air bursts from his lungs. His bones damn near... He hears the sounds of them cracking, but he feels almost as if like he knows because he's high enough intelligence that because this feels very vivid. He doesn't know that this isn't reality, so it's just kind of like he feels like he knows his bones are broken, but he can't feel them yet because of adrenaline. So he's just stuck there like a good half a foot into solid rock cave wall. He kind of sees the room now is very similar to the one where he was chained up at. He gets a better look at it. The area where the pedestal where the dragon was sitting originally when we first actually met him, the chains are broken across the floor, and the dragon is slowly moving on up to him. He can see that there's a line of blood just kind of splattered across the floor from where he was slammed all the way over here, almost as if something snagged and just spattered small bits here and there across the way. What does he do?
It's just a moment he brings up his shield, and just with all of his might, you can see his eyes start to kind of bleed as he just fires off much more like firebolt than you've seen him fire out before.
He hears the words of his master, more, as the magic just fizzles out of existence. As he tried to cast it, the spell begins, and the Scorching Rays begin, but they just kind of fizzle as the dragon merely raises his palm. He can see he was dispelled.
You see him focus his magic for a second. He looks up, he raises his hand. Nothing comes out. The air condenses in two different spots next to the dragon's head. And a massive concussive blast gets released as two explosions go off, one on each side of its head.
They rip the flesh off of the dragon's face, leaving it to be half just skull as a flame, as it looks over, flesh kind of dripping off of the wound, blood spilling across the floor. With a sick splat, it just kind of covers the ground, making a massive puddle underneath him. As he just simply opens his maw, smoke begins to drip. Smoke and darkness begins to kind of fill on out as the hole where his eye used to be just erupts into a torrent of blue flame. As the dragon begins to laugh. Cole hears his master once again go, more! What does he do?
He snaps his finger as a rain of divine fire and lightning rains from the sky.
The fire
striking the dragon.
The fire condenses into large pillars, almost like spikes that drill into the dragon's form. Right as it pierces through it, however, with one quick flex of the dragon's wings, the clouds making the fire just whoosh out of existence, and the holes where the impacts did land burst with eldritch flame. As the dragon marches up, he knows he only has 2 seconds remaining. Right as Cole feels an overwhelming burst of draconic power, he just hears one more time racking through his body, his master once again screaming, more. What does he do?
He's going to charge the dragon, grabbing it. In a feat of strength you do not think he has, he's going to throw the dragon.
Oh. Yeah, that actually sounds about right. Okay. Is he just throwing him against the walls? Is he throw him across the room?
Across the room, just as far as he can.
The dragon gets yeeted across the fucking room. Slams into the wall as the rock crumbles down on top of it. All he hears is the crunching of bone and splattering of flesh. As he simply feels exhausted for a moment. However, almost like a phoenix, his body just whoosh with flame from his feet all the way up to the top of his body. As the flames explode and leave his form, he feels rejuvenated, almost as if he hasn't fought yet before. However, his eyes are burning. He doesn't quite notice it, but his eyes are literally aflame. As the dragon explodes from underneath the rubble. This time, it's a Draco Lich. The same form as the one who corrupts, but a full Draco Lich, runes and all. As it walks on up, its body flickering with little will-o-wisps of massive burning blue flame. As the entire roof opens up to seeing nothing more than a massive void above. He sees his master rush on in from one of the side corridors as he goes, "Cole, get back!" As he rushes on up, teleporting across the room, as he sees his master holding a vampiric touch right as he goes to slash at the monster's face. Does he say anything while he sees this? Because Cole notices. He knows that this master doesn't see it, but a paw, the massive draconic hand, is reaching on up from behind.
He is going... You can see him reach down to... What is it? You see him grab his amulet as he reaches his hand up. The flames go from normal to gold as he just manipulates luck itself to cause this, as he yells out, "Above you!"
His master turns and looks right as he seems to brace himself into a ball because he can't move inside this space, but the warning he knows for a fact gave him enough time to brace himself to not instantly die to this attack. As he just sees his master become a ball of darkness as it just wraps around him, the moil. And then he just gets swatted like a cat batting a fucking toy as it slams into the ground, exploding. A massive, like 30-foot wide crater that goes down about 20 feet. As he can barely see down into it, he sees his master crumpled and bloodied there on the floor. Just to see Azeroth fall down from above, straight down from the void in the sky, brings down his sword and slams it into the monster's skull, piercing it through the top of the head. However, the dragon simply opens its maw, reaches on up, and before Cole can even do anything else, his magic is still fluctuating through as he begins trying to do the same thing he did to his master. The dragon grabs Azeroth in its large bony hand, pinning him down as the dragon moves Azeroth right in front of its mouth as it opens its jaw, and the whole room becomes absolutely cold, bone-chilling. So it almost feels like all the heat is being drawn into one space. What does he do?
Trying to see what he even has in this case. He is going to...
I want to see that dragon. Let's see what happens.
He is going to sprint in a dead sprint with all of his strength and jump up and place his body in between Azeroth and the dragon.
As he tries to do so, the dragon simply flings a tail, swiping Cole to the side. He slams against the wall once again, hearing multiple cracks. It bursts the wind out of his lungs as he only looks up to see his his teacher get instantly incinerated with eldritch blue flame, condensed to merely 7 to 10 feet in width. Just a beam, almost like a blowtorch, but to an ungodly extent, fills the room, instantly heating up the space. And right as he pulls himself out of the wall to drop down, he sees the beam end as the beast opens its hands, dust falling. Azeroth is no more. However, he sees his master get out of the hole, looking on up at Cole, reaching a hand up very, very wearily, having very little strength, only to have a tail swing down and crush him like a bug. It is now Azeroth and the Draco Lich.
You mean Cole and the Draco Lich?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Cole and the Draco Lich. As he sees under the tail a splatter that goes out 20 feet in either direction. There is nothing left.
He's gonna reach a hand up, tears falling from his eyes, as a spear made of flame appears next to him. He stands defiantly. You can see just orbs of flame appearing around him as he fires a volley of flame. The spear flying towards it. It's a spiritual weapon, of course.
Spiritual weapon, okay.
Mm-hmm. As he just basically shoots a volley of attacks as much as he can.
He fires 1,000. He fires until he's out of magic. He feels almost as if he's tapping into his soul near the end. He doesn't even open his eyes until he's just sure this thing is dead. He looks on up. Right as he finally opens his eyes and falls down to his knees, exhausted. Almost falling down to his hands and knees, catching himself with only one arm. Almost kneeling, but on both knees, just one hand on the floor, just trying to catch his own breath. He looks on up for a second as he feels grass underneath his hands. He sees his master, Draven, kneeling in front of him with a hand now being placed on his shoulder. Do you know what it is like when you must fight for those who are important to you? Are you ready to face such a foe?
He just looks up to you with an exhausted look in his eyes. Like, his eyes just seem empty. Like, he doesn't know if what's in front of him is real or not.
He's going to take a look at him as he puts another hand on his shoulder and as he goes, "You must be ready to fight absolute monsters. You must be ready to fight gods. The path we walk are ones that are clad with monsters, deities that wish for our fall. The path we walk requires power. And if you are weak, there's no one who can protect you. You now have been given the power, the will of a dragon." As he turns, waving a hand behind him, as he sees himself standing there, the same, just almost mirror representation, his eyes still burning with almost slitted down the middle, little black and orange flames across the side. Not literally burning outside of his eyeballs, but just like waving inside with the intensity of a mighty beast. He looks over at him and places a hand on both of their shoulders, the reflection and himself. As he looks right dead into his own eyes, he goes, "You are my apprentice. And maybe one day we will fight a foe more powerful than we can handle. You must become stronger than they, so that we never come up against anything we cannot handle." Do you understand?
He slowly nods.
He nods as he stands. As he shows him 3 different images of himself. All 3 much further in age. The 3 forms the one who knows showed him.
The one who understands?
Yeah, the one who understands. I'm sorry. The 3 versions of Cole that he showed him appear before him. So he goes, "You may find sword work, mastering low magic, or theurgy. Now you might wonder, out of all of these, which path will you take?" As he waves his hand as they all disappear, almost like puffs of smoke and shadows. He looks on over to him and goes, "Cole, I expect you to be a sword for me as I am for my father. Do not disappoint me. Dedicate your life to our goal." As he just, like a puff of wind, fades into mist, leaving him there on his own, once again, inside the training arena. What does he do?
Do you see him focusing on his power? As he stands, you see him thinking, "I would like to take my low magic to the farthest reaches it can go. I think through that, I shall gain enough power to truly be a sword for you."
I'm going to exit his dream. He can resume his dream as he was. But before he wakens, I'm going to go back to exactly where I was sitting and just meditate and I'm just going to be thinking to myself, he did all of this just to see if he could awaken the dragon within him. He's not satisfied, but he thinks it's a step. He didn't want to put him in actual danger, so a nightmare will do.
I ain't letting you rush that shit, Gut.
Oh, I know, but he has no idea what the boon was. So he's got to do it inside a safe environment where he thinks, well, maybe if I push him hard enough, maybe he'll get somewhere.
Well, you see him throw a dragon.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, it's something. He doesn't think he's awakened all of his power, but he's seen a little bit. He likes what he's seen. Now, he does feel like he went a little too far, but Cole needs to have a reality check as to what could happen if he fails Draven, and Draven wants him to not get too cocky. Don't get too comfortable.
Do you know why he was trying to jump in front of Azeroth?
Why?
He's immune to fire damage.
That is true.
He would have just tanked the fucking fire breath completely fine.
Yeah. But I also wanted him to have a PTSD kind of hatred for the one who corrupts.
The one that consumes.
Yeah, the one that consumes. Thank you. So that if we ever do have to fight him, he's gonna go hard. So it's a 2-for-1. It's a 2-for-1. But yeah, he's just gonna wait until he wakes up. I'm assuming Cole's in like a fucking cold sweat right now.
Oh yes. You have to clean your hand off afterwards. Because you're like, ew, that's a lot.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna sit there and, like, think to myself about, various things about the party and how the people are going and their progress and recount the journey so far to myself. While I appear to be meditating. I'm just gonna be listening for when he awakens.
Okay, I don't have anything to fuck with you with.
Good.
You think back on your journey, I'm guessing perhaps more on your theurgies and the like. A couple hours later, you see Cole just kind of, you see him shoot up, still in a cold sweat.
I'm gonna open my eyes, look up at him, and go, "What's wrong?"
Starts shaking, just nothing, just a bad dream.
He nods. So he goes, "Well, we have quite a journey ahead of us. Might as well get going. Go waken Ezra."
You see Ezra, just his eyes open, looking at both of you.
Oh, well, that's convenient. All right, let's go. On the way there, though, I'm going to go ahead and pull Ezroth over to the side a bit. Like, kind of motion for him to come over as I kind of fall back a little bit. As I'm going to look over at him and go, "How long were you awake for?"
Looks over. A bit. Why?
Just answer me the question. How long? You awake all night or all morning?
You see him look back to the road before looking back at you. I got plenty of sleep, if that's what you're asking.
Good. Well, it's good to hear. He trots back up to the top, not suspicious at all.
The funniest part is, he never said if he saw what you did or anything. He just said he got enough sleep.
Uh-huh. I know. He's going to assume that means he didn't see anything.
It was a response of, I didn't see nothing.
Oh. Oh. That's why he's saying good. He's going to trot back up to the top. Keep on going. Not going to say anything else about it.
You're just fucking relentlessly traumatizing your subordinates.
Yes. I'm not doing it for a bad purpose.
Oh my god, you're a Spartan.
It'd be like that.
I think the next step is you're gonna break Cole's legs and throw him off a cliff. Climb back to the top, then prove
Climb back and prove you're a man. No,
yeah.
No.
Dude, you can do that shit to Ezra. They'll be like, fine, whatever, climb back up the mountain. It's just his arms.
The funny thing is,
anyway,
by the way, after I awaken, after I got out of his dream, though, I am still clad in that darkness cowl. Like the darkness kind of radiates underneath my clothes now. I kind of forgot to turn that off because I didn't realize that was a power I had. In the dream, I just kind of channeled it without realizing it wasn't just a dream manipulation. And so when I got out of it, it was still flowing, and I hadn't noticed it until I had already left on the haunts, and I just kind of looked down, I'm like, well, neat. I'll figure that out later. But yeah, I still look like that. So, like, Cole probably notices I look very similar to what I did in the dream now.
It's pretty par for the course, though, to be honest.
To be fair, yeah. I'm just saying. In general, you know.
So, you continue on your journey. You see Cole's reading his scrolls. Ezroth is just kind of focusing on the area around you. Chant, Hans, and Steve. We're doing the same.
Yep.
Keeping an eye out. A group of hooded men
Ayo.
block the road. Like walk out of the forest to block the road ahead of you. And one at the back with same kind of hood has a dragon mask. Without saying anything, they draw their blades and they charge you down.
Huh. Okay. How many of them are there?
It's a good crowd, so I'd say probably like 30.
Okay. Taking a look at them as they just they're just wearing dragon masks as they charge us. Don't really say anything at all.
Nope.
Weird. Okay. I'm going to immediately rear the horse up, like kind of to the side, so that we're not just charging into them. As I look up, I'm just like, who the fuck are these? As I just kind of raise my hand upwards, as I just immediately cast Frayed Ice, as I just reach my wrist upwards, as a bunch of, like, spine spears jut up directly in their path, impaling 8 damage worth of people. Oh, wait, no, I have 2 hit dice. I have 2 Frayed Dice now, don't I? Or was that...
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Don't I? Okay.
Yep.
Yep. I thought it was... Are you sure we did that, or did we pick the other one instead? I think we agreed both would be fine.
I think we grew them both, yeah.
Okay. So that is 16. Yeah, that would be 16 total damage. I'll just have a bunch of spikes thrown up right out of the ground right in front of them, kind of like cavalry spikes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Where they just kind of rush into them, impaling themselves.
Yep. Mm-hmm. They just silently just keep on coming.
Okay. I'm then going to raise a hand as I'm looking at, as they don't seem to be stopping, they just kind of seem to be piling over each other and going around. I'm just going to raise my hand, snap a finger, as a spark appears in the middle of them, and then just almost like a ball of little sparks before a massive just explosion racks the area. Fireball.
Okay, just roll a save.
That would be nat 1 double damage. 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 17, 21, 26, 27, 27 times 2, 54.
Damn.
I'm sure I'm gonna hear next. Too bad they're immune to fire. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh yeah.
You blast away a majority of them.
Oh wow, majority.
I'm gonna let you go now because the rest of them will, everyone else would. Actually, I never even had you roll dex. You just start attacking. Anyway,
you usually have me go first anyway. So I mean, do you want me to roll dex?
True. No, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna have Ezroth roll dex to see if everyone else can react as fast as you, because you see the fucking future.
That is true. That is true. Nice.
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 Actually, who's better dex? Ezroth has a little bit worse dex than Cole, but like...
My dex is average as hell, dude.
Yeah.
He has better dex than I do.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Nice.
Oh. You see Ezroth just prepare his weapon.
I see.
As he charges them down. energy just like you see ice spikes appear around him as he swings his blade, sending a large number of these spikes at them, just spearing the front ones through, pinning them to the ground. It's got like 4 or 5 of them down. Most of them, by the way, are gone already. Cause like half of them are gone already. And you see him just sprint into the horde. Weapon at the ready. Mr. AC is. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
As he does.
Yes. A lot.
Oh,
Oh, now you do the combat music. Okay. Okay.
to be fair, this combat account is gonna last all of like 2 minutes. So
That's fair. Yes. Yes. Continue.
as you see him
Beat their
just
ass.
slaughter them, almost all of them by this point are dead. Be only maybe 3 or 4 left. I was gonna let Colton go next. I was gonna. All right.
2 damage. But more cavalry bone spikes across the sides.
They try to launch a counter charge, but just get impaled and eviscerated. They're just rushing you without any thought. To the contrary. You see the one at the back still kind of preparing. Cole is now going to prepare his cacophony of bullshit.
Fireball!
Oh, I was gonna have him just fucking cast Scorching Ray, because these guys are mooks.
Yeah, that's fair.
First attack. Second attack. Third attack.
Shame.
Fourth attack. Fifth attack. Sixth attack.
That's right, he gets 2 actions now, don't he?
Aha! They have the misses.
Scorching Ray is really, really strong on him. Because he has
Yeah.
6 attacks with it. And all of them do decent damage.
He's gonna use the 2 dice he rolled earlier. The 10, the 19, the 16.
You know, actually, what might balance this a little bit?
What's up?
You know what you could do? You could just have them all be the same like have stack all their damage and just have them all be in the same beam.
Like 1 attack?
Yeah. And just do a lot of damage.
Do you know why that's worse? Or why that's way stronger?
Why?
He is portent. All he needs is 1 good roll.
I suppose, yeah.
He just always, because he have basically 3 guaranteed hits in his pocket. He's gonna store one of those rolls. He's gonna store that that first miss, that 4. He's gonna store that and re-roll it. Which one actually is that? Yep, he's gonna store that 4. I'm waiting for him to roll like a nat 1 and just be able to re-roll it, because lol, why not?
I can see it.
So he needs at least an 11, so he can turn 2 of the... Okay, he's gonna re-roll 1 of them anyway. So he's gonna re-roll 1 of them with, salting away the luck. As he then re-rolls that. He turns into a hit, and he turns the other 2 into a hit as well, using his 2 stored dice.
Yeah, I thought these boys were mooks, James.
He re-rolls another day, why not?
I guess.
Because remember, Fireball takes a lot longer to get back.
Yeah. Takes a week.
This is just a daily thing.
A week unless you're in a high magic area. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see him just raise his hand as around him just an aura of flame starts to appear. Multiple little sparks come into life, blossoming into small orbs of fire as all of them streak through the air, just slaughtering the remaining cultists. There is no one left alive.
I see. I'm gonna get off my fucking horse. I'm gonna get off my haunts. I'm gonna walk and listen. I'm gonna walk on over to one of the cultists and kind of inspect them a little bit. Like, head over to the biggest honcho I can find. That isn't dust.
Yeah, like the one at the back. That was like looks like a bit more different than the rest of them. He's a little bigger. His mask was a little bit nicer. I will say, as you walk by, you feel something very weird. You have a good. Actually, can you roll me wisdom?
Yes. Nat 20.
So, the 20. Damn. You can tell that there's only one dead body here.
Huh?
There's only one dead body here.
Fuck does
The rest were some sort of minor golem. Not necessarily theurgy, but they were some kind of magic.
Ritual animated, okay.
Basically.
Not
and that's what they were
animated.
Yeah, they weren't that strong. They were pretty weak. Stronger than the average human, but nothing to really.
But about equivalent, yeah. Instead of like I am immortal to non-magical attacks and I'm not sentient, yeah.
Or more like a human has in this system has like 1 HP, they have like 3 or 4, you know? Like they have a couple points of HP.
I mean, my golems have 2 HP.
Yeah, but they don't have the damage of a golem, so yeah. Or the AC of one. You can tell they were also blessed by some kind of divinity, hence their durability. In terms of like AC.
That's fair. I'm gonna try and inspect the magic and see if I if I recognize it at all.
It's a pretty not super complicated like golem crafting spell. Used more for making like mass-produced soldiers.
I see. And what about the corpse, like the actual corpse that's here? Do they have any documentation on them? Any type of like insignia?
They do have documentation on them. You find orders from a cult of the Church of the Black Dragon to find and kill the heretic who strengthened the seals on their god. It's basically orders for all of the cult members to come out of hiding, just to hunt you down.
Sorry about that notification. People who are watching from home, misclick. It was just a little Windows noise. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah. And that's it. And that the prophet who leads the way will tell us where to go.
Bet. Okay, he's gonna take a look at this, fold it up, and begin to summon forth and produce flame, but stop the spell almost immediately after even thinking about it. As he just kind of like does a little kind of like head movement, as he just kind of almost feels annoyed by this. He's like, grabs it, sticks it in his bag. He's like, I should probably show this to the father. As he takes the mask and takes the note back out of his bag. He's like, oh, wait a minute, I have an idea. Puts the mask up on the saddle of his Hans, puts the note up on the saddle of his Hans, putting the note underneath the mask so that it doesn't fly away. And they opens up a portal back home, looks over at one of the clerics and go, show this to father. As he takes the mask and the note, slides it on through against the floor, walks over to the corpse with the of the cultist man, grabs it, slides it on through, grabs one of the golems, slides it on through. Should be all you need. We were attacked by a bunch of that. It was a worthless attempt, but it should gleam some insight.
They nod before picking the documentation and the mask up.
The corpses.
And
the corpses.
Well, the one who grabs the notes doesn't grab the corpses. No. He runs off to go show your father. You see some of the other priests start drawing straws, essentially. He's going to lift the corpses up.
Yeah. I'm just going to shut the fucking portal immediately there afterwards. turn back around, hop on Hans's back, and go, now we have a colt to deal with. Wonderful. You know, it feels weird to be a wanted man. But I guess I probably was already. Let's go. Flicks the reins, begins trotting once again.
You see Ezreal just kind of look frustrated as he says, I wish we could just kill that damned dragon and be over with it.
I would love to as well, but you know damn well it's far too strong for any of us right now.
Cole chimes in. What happened to that, forge god we assisted?
They're still back home. They seem to be still forging, for at least from little bit I know. But they're still weak. They'll need to gain more experience before we can really put them through their paces. Why?
Maybe he can craft something to kill the dragon.
I doubt it. At least not right now. I'd like to get him more experience, perhaps find him a mentor. Maybe then, one day, if we get him the right equipment, I can place the spells needed to bind that beast down permanently. Maybe even siphon its power away. Who knows?
They'll kind of nod and go back to focus on the road, or well, in Cole's case. You see him still reading the scrolls, kind of studying them. Kind of flicking his magic between arcane and divine.
I'm sure the hubs are damn near, like, automatic travel, so it's not like you need to flick the reins unless you're stopping or starting them. I mean, they'll follow, like, Steve, probably, more than likely. Just follow the pace of the one that's actually having to steer, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you want to actually manually move them, they're probably on autopilot most of the time.
Yeah. So it's like you can still do anything you need to do while they're just going. So, I mean, I'm sure it's just kind of like just ride. You can do anything else you need. Plus, they're wide horses, so you basically have a desk in front of you. Like, you're really...
The one who's not capitalizing on it says Roth, he's the traditionalist. You know, he's riding a normal horse.
Yeah, just doesn't have to use the reins damn near at all.
Yeah. But he's still focused on the area. He's more also just focused on the area around.
Yeah, it's true.
The area kind of, as you ride, you ride fairly far, fairly fast, so... It becomes a little more green outside, you know? The no longer snowy hell terrain around you, it brings you a little bit of comfort. Because you've been going, kind of through a loop recently with all the new information, so...
I've been.
Saying, like, landscape's a bit more familiar to you is quite nice.
Mm-hmm. Are we still within our territory at this point?
Let's say you're probably nearing the transfer
border.
over. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what territory are we heading into necessarily? Like, whose territory?
It's a neutral. A neutral
faction.
theocracy. Neutral theocracy, yeah.
What's their god?
Let's see.
You haven't decided yet, have you?
No, it's not gonna come up yet. No.
James, stinky DM, not writing out whatever everything around us is.
To be fair, I didn't think you'd be asking about the god of territory going into, for some reason. Anyway, though, it is a god of the sun.
Again?
I guess yeah, it's fairly common power anyway.
Okay. Yeah, another god of the sun. Okay.
Yes. It is quite a good one. Yes, it is one. Well, do you know why? It's one's good. It's one that draws a lot of leadership. Someone who's radiant. A lot of people tend to follow someone like that.
So, question though, wouldn't they attack us too because they're god of the sun?
Not necessarily. No, their divine word doesn't necessarily doesn't make them
Go
towards a specific side. Yeah,
I guess. Okay.
They can use their fucking power to burn people all they want.
Fair enough. Fire god.
Okay. Fire god.
All right then. I guess we'll just keep going until we reach the border.
Okay. I would say the border isn't really like defended in this section. Like I said, you're a fairly neutral territory, not legally not good, like in terms of probably some trade between the two countries. Not too much contact, but a bit of resource trade here and there. Neither one really wanting to have war with the other. They don't wish to gain due to where their border is. Like they have a fairly small border with each other through a fairly frigid hellhole. You finally meet the border. You may see like a patrol or two kind of walk by. They look at you. They don't. They give you a second look. The Hanses and your knights and everything like that, but they chop it up to mean some kind of noble fashion accessory.
They're not going to stop us at all at the border? Okay, cool. That's fine.
Yeah, these ones, they're not paid enough for that.
Okay.
If it was an army coming through, they'd care, but, like, that's, like I said, you're not a battle line, or not battle line. Like, you're not, the direction you're coming from isn't aggressive towards them. You see, they take note of it, they just don't really, they're not stopping you.
So we don't have closed borders at all?
Not with this country, no.
Okay, sure. Okay, keep on going.
That and the reason of, like, with both sides, the areas that the border is around is dangerous enough that both sides basically have, like, a pact of, yeah, keep the monsters there down, because you've experienced them yourself, the wolves and the like, that just kind of exist in that area between the two countries.
Mm-hmm.
So both of them just kind of, yeah, they're good trading partners. So don't hate each other, and they're overall fairly neutral.
I see. Okay.
So you ride on through.
Mm-hmm.
Very quickly once again. It's a pretty chill time after that, and it quickly falls to be night once again. And as you travel and as it comes to nighttime, you feel eyes watching you from the forest. You can't tell quite from where, but you can tell there is something in the forest that's tailing you.
Okay.
And once it comes nighttime and you start to set up camp, I'm guessing you're going to watch vigilantly.
I'm going to have Steve watch vigilantly.
Mm-hmm. Well, he always does.
Yeah, I'm going to just tell... I think I'll just tell Steve that something's trailing us as we're, like, making camp. And I will I will not be paying much attention to what's going on, because I'll leave that up to Steve, Chance, and Hans. But I will be off on the side, kind of practicing with this new darkness power. Just manipulating it, pushing it out, seeing the extents I can do, how much dexterity I have, this, that, and the other.
Alright.
Which I find to be as much as I want, because I can just configure it in any which way imaginable, is literally the description. So, out to 30 feet, I can just do it. Darkness. Forever. Yuck. Create darkness in any configuration, up to 30-foot radius.
And that's not going to be, you cannot do any meme shit with that.
No, I would never.
You put the darkness just on a single person.
Yeah, I would never.
Just a 5-foot cube of darkness.
I would never.
Enter the melee combat with them.
I would never.
You just place harness around them.
I would never. That's Mimi. I would never.
So much bullshit you can do with that. It's so good.
It is.
It's like casting darkness on a sword and have it follow you around as a fucking warlock.
Yeah.
Anyway. The night is it's tense. You know something's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Chance, Hans, and Steve are all watching vigilantly, but whatever it is that's watching you, it's not coming out.
It's just watching.
Yep.
Do I notice where it is by chance?
You just have a feeling like you're being watched. You don't know where it is. No. I'm gonna guess you're watching very closely on your precog.
Yes. But I'm once I get a good feel for the like range and dexterity of my darkness, I'm then going to immediately begin like looking around to see where whatever the fuck this thing is. Because if it's in the area, I'm going to look for it. Because I'm not just going to let this thing sit here and observe. Because it's been observing me for a little bit. I'm not just going to sit here and let it.
I just start to kind of root around in the forest around the camp.
Oh, what I'm going to do is I'm going to commit effort, cast, fuck is it? The stealth spell,
Pass out trace.
Thank you. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just blanket the entire area I'm in darkness and then just disappear into the forest. And I'm going to be gliding across every surface. Just up inside the treetops, gliding across tree trunks with a speed, just looking around, shrouding myself in a mist of darkness that I can see through, but nothing else can.
You search around for a while, but you don't end up seeing anything.
Whatsoever.
Roll me wisdom at a -2.
Oh, wow. Success.
You feel it. You see a pair of eyes farther out in the forest, but you see it slowly getting farther away.
Chase it. Like, fast. Chase it. As fast as I can go, as fast as my little leggies will carry me.
It's still getting progressively farther away. It is faster than you.
Progressively faster?
No, it's slightly faster than you.
Slightly faster.
Like it's getting progressively farther away.
Okay.
It is slightly farther.
Another effort. I am going to rip open. I'm going to use a low magic version of my gate spell, and I'm going to rip open a dimension door.
Can we ban teleportation spells?
I don't think you banned them. I just never had the level to do it.
I thought I said we're not using them because they're too similar to theurgy.
They are similar to theurgy, but it's not. It's a one-time teleport versus a long distance teleport. I think we banned the spell gate and teleport, but dimension door and misty step are, I think, we're fair game.
All right.
Because they're just a short range. Like I think it's 300 feet. Bloop.
Yeah, a little like jump.
And it costs an action.
Yeah, you get close. You get much closer to it. You see, it's some kind of odd, like small beast, forged of stone. Its body covered in runes.
Cool. Let me see here real quick. Give me like 2 seconds, boys. Give me just 2 seconds. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach my hand on up to it, clench my hand, and right in front of it. How far away is it from me? If it's within visual distance, like clear visual distance, I would expect it not to be too far.
You can't really reach out and touch it, but it's like
Within 30 feet?
Yeah, within 30
Oh,
feet.
okay, okay, shatter.
Roll damage.
Like right onto where it's stepping, just make a I think evasion save, or is it hardiness? Let me see here.
Roll damage first. Roll damage first.
Sure. Let's see.
Yeah, I would say it just dies instantly, regardless if it makes the save or not. It's just a small beast that would normally be in like a mob or something, so it's not gonna have very much HP.
So I'm going to be doing it on the thing that it's basically stepping on to basically concuss it backwards. Trying not to put it right dead on top of it because I don't want its entire body like shattering into a bunch of pieces. But just to be enough to knock it back towards me and damage it quite a bit. Does it shatter into a bunch of pieces or does it just like its just get flung down to the floor.
As it hits the ground, you can see it's covered in cracks. Like, if you handle it roughly, it's gonna shatter.
Okay. I'm gonna look down at it and inspect it using my perfection of understanding to get a good idea about how this thing was made, and take a look at the spells used to like animate it. Like take a look at all its runes that you said it had on it, so on and so forth.
You see, they once again like they have their basis in your I said similar to the golems that you have, except they're made to be much faster
So
at the cost
is
of
this
durability.
theurgy?
Yes.
This is theurgy. Okay. Okay. I wondered, does it appear to be sentient?
What do you mean by sentient?
Because if it's made out of stone, if it's made out of clay or other soft materials, it's sentient. If it's made out of steel or stone, it's not. So I'm just trying to make sure if it would be or not. If it would have any, if I could actually glean any information from it. If I managed to, no, I wouldn't be able to. Okay. So actually, hold on. Can I take a look at its eyes and see if it's essentially transmitting information?
Room intelligence. I should know your professional understanding. It was. Yeah.
I am actually immune to effects that would scry on me.
The rest of your party isn't.
Yeah, but I am specifically.
Okay. Well, you have to watch the rest of your party.
I'm just letting you know. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I am going to take a look at it.
Also, I think that is magical scrying, like with a magic like an all-seeing eye or something like that. Whereas this is just essentially a camera. Something that would apply here.
I'm immune to any effects of the time word or timer to affect them or scry on them. So I guess time.
Oh, I think it's time because there is an ability in Godbound where you can just know you can scry on someone from any range. If I do something like that, where it's an actual magical look into a pond and see where someone is kind of thing. Whereas this is more of physical eyes on you.
I see.
It's more of a sensory control ability than a.
I see. Okay,
scry spell.
I got you. I'm going to just kind of hold my hand up and just shattering hand it, turn it to dust, and then see if there's any like magic crystals inside of it by chance. Like anything, like a core maybe.
Yeah, it's a small magical gem.
Okay.
It's just more as a power source than anything, more significant than that.
Okay. Crush that as well, and then I am going to go ahead and fly my way through the forest all the way back home, like all the way back to the group. Just kind of emerge from the tree line, walking once I get back towards the outer bit of camp. They probably heard a loud bang off in the distance.
Mm-hmm. When you get back to the camp, you see everyone's awake and with their weapons out, kind of looking for you and looking around.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I alert everyone?
What happened?
Oh, no. We just had a little spy. It's nothing that important. I took care of it.
They kind of look at you, they look confused and a little concerned. But what necessitated? What happened? What did you find on the forest?
There was a golem. It appeared to transmit visual data straight off to its owner, so we were being spied on from a distance. I found it, went over to it, destroyed it. The bang you probably heard was just a shatter spell. Easy, nothing too bad.
You see both of them kind of nod before going back to resting. Albeit, a bit wearily. because none of them are particularly calm at this point.
Oh no, I get you. I get you. I'm gonna sit down and just study the runes in my book for a little while, as I'm trying my best to stay vigilant-ish. Keep an ear out at least now.
Hmm. Yeah, you don't feel the same like eyes on you anymore.
Oh, by the way, do they seem like they're having a really hard time sleeping?
Fairly hard time, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over at Cole, raise my hand, and go, sleep.
He's not gonna resist it.
He just passes, like, ragdolls to the floor, basically.
You just fucking give that man some NyQuil.
Yeah, no, yeah, I fold him just right there on the floor.
Do you do the same with Azeroth?
I'm gonna look over at Azeroth. Does he look concerned or anything?
A little. He's like, you guys see him like raise the hand, like I'm good.
Okay. I suppose. I'm gonna look like I'm going back down to reading as I look over at Cole before I look down and go, put a blanket on him. As I look down at my book as I raise a finger and go, sleep. Does I Azeroth with it?
He gets a save.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. It's a hardiness save.
It's a hardiness save, okay. Wait a minute.
Does he get to reroll that, or is it just attacks?
No, he gets a bitter rival gets an automatic save.
I'm not his bitter rival, though.
No, it's basically anyone it's a one-on-one thing.
This isn't...
Any one-on-one encounter.
Does this classify?
You are using a hostile effect on him, yes.
I wouldn't consider this a hostile
But like,
effect.
this is under the lesser strike because the all the true strike stuff is where he like designates a bitter rival. The lesser strike stuff is when it's like solitary opponents.
I suppose.
It does say when fighting, but
It does say
you
when
are trying
fighting?
to. Yes,
We're not fighting.
True, I'm just gonna use an effort to just auto succeed on that.
Are you really? He's using an effort to not fall asleep when he's having a hard time falling asleep?
Yes.
Are you fucking
He is a
crazy?
stubborn motherfucker.
My god, this is crazy.
He kind of just looks at you.
It's not like I raised a hand or anything to him. I'm just kind of looking down. So I'm like, sleep. And then I look back up to him as I just kind of like, what the fuck? Huh? It's like he's awake.
Huh? You see him stand up and go over and put a blanket on Cole. For sitting back down against the tree. You see him take a few deep breaths as you can see him calm down and just you know, him calming down and meditating. Are you gonna try again to put him to sleep?
No, he has more effort than one, I'm sure.
Hold up. He has 2 more effort to spend. Yeah.
Would he seriously? Oh my god! I use theurgy. He will fall asleep. No, I'm just kidding. I cast the spell sleep. I use a miracle and I cast the spell sleep.
I would give him a plus to that roll just because he is resistant to spells.
I know. No, I'm good. I'll just let him fall asleep normally.
Cause you can tell he's calming down. He's doing okay.
Fuck it.
Cole, on the other hand, has PTSD, so he's
he is sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait until I feel like Azeroth is truly asleep. Like he's snoring or he seems like he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna walk over to Azeroth, just kind of crouch down in front of him.
Oh no. You're gonna hop this man's streams?
I'm gonna look at him and I'm just gonna poke him on the forehead. Don't worry. I don't want to wake him up if he is asleep.
Oh, he is. Well, I'm rolling to see if he wakes up or not.
It doesn't matter. I can do basically whatever I want as long as they don't hurt him.
Oh, you have night, don't you?
I have night, yeah. I could slap him around if I wanted to, as long as I don't do damage. Like I couldn't hard slap him around, but I could do like little bap 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 bap, bap, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could shake him if I want, like hard shake him if I really wanted to. Wouldn't matter. He'd be out cold as far as it's concerned. I cannot wake him up unless I want to.
I feel like it makes it really hard to wake him up in the morning.
If I want to wake him up, I can wake him up as easily as I want, like as per normal. You know,
Imagine you have someone who's a really light sleeper, and you just gaslight someone to thinking they're a really heavy sleeper.
Bro, you gaslight everybody to thinking they're a heavy sleeper.
Okay, look at Ezra just like scream in his face. Look, he wakes up.
Yeah, no, I could
Cole.
do that. The funny thing is, I could scream right now and no one would wake up.
Cole like brushes his teeth a little too loudly, and Ezra's like,
What?
yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into his dreams. I don't think he can resist since he's asleep.
He's not going to anyway.
Yeah.
You see him training. Hard.
That's it.
You see him just on like a battlefield. And you see him he actually like getting injured and just slowly improving his craft.
I'm gonna just hop out of his dream. Now that I know he is asleep, I'm just gonna pat him on the shoulder, and then I'm gonna walk on over to Cole, go into his dream.
Not again!
Don't worry, I'm not doing anything traumatizing to him this time.
You hop into his dream, and you see him just kind of meditating on a mountaintop, staff in his lap. And you see him just like condensing more of his mana and just kind of like expanding the mana to the area around him.
I think I'll stand there and watch.
You see his mana for just a second condense for expanding with just a burning vitality, making all of the plants around him grow as the area around him is flooded with life energy.
Okay. I'll walk over to him, place a hand on his shoulder, and just go, "I'm proud of you." And then fade off into mist as I leave.
You're gonna look up with the
Oh no,
look of
I don't see anything else. I'm just putting a hand on his shoulder, saying that from behind him, and then I'm just gonna leave. Just
Okay,
fade
for
into
chat.
mist.
For chat, then he's gonna look up, which is the look of Father acknowledged me.
And then I'm gonna walk back over to my little sit spot, sit down, and meditate on my predecessor.
Oh boy. Rubs hands together. Time to traumatize.
Time for me have a dream.
Because I have something written for this. You are ripped into a dream as your staff glows lightly as it just rips you into a dream.
Ah, yes, I fall over. I see.
Yeah. Do you see the progenitor? You see him on a rock, like next to like a large forest. He's on a hill. It's a nice foresty area around. He's sitting on a rock. He is writing something in the same notebook as usual. But before you can get any closer, you see him just shut it. You can see like hate and grief in his eyes. He quickly stands up, staring out into space. For a moment, his eyes just almost empty at this point. He closes his eyes, very quietly saying, like, you still hear it, but it's a little hard to hear. Everything I've done leads to this. Tomorrow I die. The hands of those that covet power, while claiming they fight for peace. Opens his eyes and looks at you. No. Rather, he looks at, like, the space you're occupying. Because he's looking through you. You see a hopeful smile on his face. Hopefully, whatever or whoever takes up my mantle can crush them and rise above that old pantheon. And you see him start kind of walking away into the forest.
I'm gonna follow the best I can.
You very quickly lose him. But find yourself in a clearing. You can hear the rushing of a river nearby. And you can see a magic circle on the ground, albeit faint to the naked eye. Do you study it?
Yep, I will, for sure.
It's similar runes that you saw on the gate. Like a concealment rune. But this one, it seems that the circle itself is meant for some sort of teleportation.
It's the gate spell, I see. Okay.
Something to that.
So it's my sanctuary spell, I understand.
More like a subspace spell. Like it has basically a pocket dimension within it.
Oh.
Like it transfers you to a different space.
Okay.
And with that, the dream ends.
I'm gonna sit on up, grabbing my staff with one hand and standing with it. As I just kind of look around. Is everybody else still asleep?
Azeroth is awake. As it's been a couple of hours, like, it's more closer to the morning now.
Fair. Is Cole still awake? I'm sorry, is Cole still asleep?
Yep.
Okay. I'll walk on over to him and just kind of poke him with the end of my staff and just go, wake up.
Do you want to wake him up, or do you just want to poke him to gaslight Azeroth?
No, I'm poking him a few times and saying, wake up.
Okay. You see his eyes open as he looks to you. You see him kind of get up from his eyes. Ready to continue on the journey?
I suppose we have still probably a day or two till we get there. Come on. Our journey doesn't just rest for us. Let's keep going. Hops on the hunchback. Keep it moving.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yes, exactly. Keep on moving.
You are met with a crossroad.
As you do.
And you see a caravan of people taking a different routes. Their clothes are ragged, a lot of them holding a holy symbol of... You can only guess the country you're currently in. Or the theocracy you're currently in, rather. A look of fear on their eyes. Their clothes are... A lot of them have a mess of clothing. It looks like they barely have the clothes on their back and maybe a few odds and ends. Maybe one person got out with an actual carriage. Do you do anything?
So are they just going off into different directions, or are they, like, sitting here?
They're going off into a different direction.
Okay. No, we'll just bypass them. And we'll keep going on the way we have to go. Because I'm sure Steve is guiding us with the map.
It looks like they're coming from the same place you're going.
Oh. Okay. I suppose. I'm not going to question it, per se. Because right now, if it's a problem that is exactly where we're going, well, then that's a problem we're going to figure out here shortly. And if it's a problem that is around where we're going, well, that's not our problem. That is theirs.
All right.
Though I'm sure this would be good information, but I don't have time to talk to a bunch of to not be rude peasants.
Yes, the blue blood that is Drevin.
Yes, of course. Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
But you keep traveling the same path. You're less than a day out, by the way.
Nice.
Do you speed up or anything like that?
I feel like since we're close to it, yeah, we'll go ahead and speed up as best we can. Because I mean, it's not like these boys can get tired, so.
True. So you ride. What would you say? Post haste. Like nice
Yeah,
and
I mean,
fast?
we've been galloping this whole time, but it's like, you know,
Yeah.
a little harder. A true Hans gallop.
A hunt scalp on Hunt's back.
Of course.
Good huntsmanship. And that's where you fight using a hunt as your sword.
Come on, James.
You get to a town. Many buildings in it are completely destroyed. A strong presence of magic permeates the area. You reach the center of town. You can feel a connection. A familiarity. But before you can think on it further, several packs of monsters rush out of buildings and from around the town.
Of course. Of course. Okay.
As well as a massive, twisted abomination of a monster joins the fray.
Huh?
Like a large, 12-foot monster, like an abomination of stone, flesh, and theurgy, joins the fray.
Fantastic. I sure do love Monsters of Theurgy. Yeah, that's fantastic. Do I recognize the magic work at all?
Yep. Same one as the golems. And the beasts are made by the same person as well.
Do I even know the author of this magic?
You recognize the work, but you don't know who it is.
Of course. Of course. Wonderful. All right. Let's go. I suppose you don't have a battle map for this?
No, I do not.
Of course you do. Okay. So, do you want to go ahead and change music?
Yep.
Who's going
I'll just bring
first?
up all my roommate decks.
Oh, that is a advertisement. There we go. Goodbye. Sorry for that, boys. Thanks, Discord. We don't have Nitro for ads. Thanks. Anywho. Let's see.
Success. Wow, that was close to you not getting that.
It was. All right. What I'm gonna do is for my action, I'm going to look on up at this big boy, this big thick boy. I'm gonna aim a fireball at its feet. Wait, question: would Shatter do double damage to these boys? No, it does, because it does double damage to structures, not constructs. Okay. Fireball. Right as I kind of aiming it so that it hits some of the people underneath it as well. Like so some of the monsters underneath. Basically just explode it right between its feet as I raise my hand and then just kind of twist my wrist as a massive plume of sparks erupt into one spot in between its legs, and then just massive explosion racks the battlefield. Evasion save.
Yep. The funny thing is, like, how little saves fucking matter.
Yeah. It do. I mean, most things are gonna have decent saves, and saves in this game are weird. Because they're not DC based, they're like roll based.
That's actually not the correct target for it. It still fails, but the target didn't update properly. It's 5, but yeah, he fails it as well. They take how much damage?
6, 7, 8, 9, well, 10, 14, 20, 30, 33.
Okay.
33 to both.
Actually, no, the ogres wouldn't be straight.
Hmm?
The ogres would not be straight damage.
They're worthy foes?
The big guy is.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he is quite large and menacing. That'll be...
Inside
Did I hit
that
that
case, that would be 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
9.
9. 9 total damage.
Yeah. Still quite a lot of damage.
It is still quite a lot of damage. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to reach my hand on up as I just push right as massive tendrils of flesh and black metal rip out of the ground, wrap it around the golem's feet, and then just cover itself in spikes and then rip itself back down into the ground. That is going to be 2d8, which is 4 total damage.
Okay. Wait, which one? The golem?
The
Or
golem.
the ogre? The ogre?
Is it called an
Big
ogre?
boy? It's an ogre, yeah.
Okay, because I thought it
It's
was a
ca-
cool.
No, it's called a twisted ogre.
Okay. Steve is going to rip a spirit out of the ethereal and put it on the back of his haunts. That is what he's gonna do. The undead spirit now. What's the ogre's AC?
3.
3. Wow, something above nothing. Okay. So that's a hit, and that is going to be 1 damage. As the old man spirit on the back of the Hans is going to raise its staff wearily and just shoot a bolt of lightning that just scatters across its chest. Chance and Hans are going to go fight the demonic beasts rushing on up to fight the first horde. What did their AC?
They are sitting pretty at an AC of 4.
4. Nice. And then, ooh, 1 miss. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and these are all rolled straight. So that's 12. 15. 15 total damage to the same horde. As they both just kind of lunge on in on Han's back, just slicing and dicing as they make their way through.
They're able to cleave through a decent portion of them. They're steadily making their way through.
Okay. And that's all of my boys. It's just Cole and Ezra.
So Cole is going to he's going to target the horde with his cacophony of bullshit.
Yes, I'm sure.
Actually, the question is, though, should he use Scorching Ray or should he use Firestorm?
Firestorm, probably. How much damage is
Actually-
Firestorm?
5d6, it's less damage.
It is less, yeah.
Yeah, actually,
is
Firestorm
it-
would hit both.
It would hit both, actually.
Yeah, it would hit both. I don't think it's worth it though. Just the sheer damage difference is just not worth it.
Yeah,
in
but
this
if it hits both, it hit like everything on the battlefield, so.
Yeah, it does the upside of it. It does hit everything on the battlefield, basically, because it's like a fucking 100-foot radius. It's insane. But the damage is just not enough, I don't think, because it's like 5d6 versus like fucking 12.
You could do Firestorm and Scorching Ray. Or you could do
cast
two Firestorms.
Fireballs. Two fireballs.
You could double cast Fireball.
It's way more damage.
Mhm.
You know what? Yeah. He's gonna see what's going on in front of you and just go.
It's gonna have to be careful not
Alright.
to cast it within range of Chance and Hans, though.
There's enough of a horde there that he can just cast it in the center of them and be fine. So you see him just raise his hand, closing his eyes. You can smell like the faint smell of sulfur in the air. Wow!
Ooh.
Wow, they
Yikes.
rolled well. You see
Yikes.
Cole's eyes glow.
Nice. They've felt this once before, James. They're not going to fuck it up again. Hey, I mean, still, 2 castings of this is about equivalent to 1 casting of Fireball.
You know what? You ain't wrong. But also, remember, none of them are low enough. But that he is gonna be storing that as for later.
That 20 in his back pocket. Hey, oh.
You know who's getting that one, right?
Ezra, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely. Cause you know what Ezra does on a fucking crit.
We're gonna see what he does. Man, double maxes,
Now-
so he's just like 36 damage or some shit.
Yeah. Now the ogre goes. Nat 20. I don't think he has the ability to make people reroll either.
No. I don't think so, anyway. Wow. Okay, so no damage on the ogre for one of them. Are the demonic beasts straight?
Oh, it's straight on demonic beasts. Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, at least there's that. Get that horde down.
First one.
1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
10.
9, 10, 5 damage.
Yeah.
And then, second one.
I'm just running the 20 damages in.
You know, I could roll the d6, the d6 for you.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 damage.
All right.
And the ogre takes
None. Not 20.
4 on the first. I'm sorry. It would take just the first one being half. So
Yeah, not 20.
then not 20.
Damn.
Shame.
Man just fucking
Man
sides.
probably has like 300 hit points and we still can't do shit.
No. No. If they don't get rolled straight, I don't make them have that much HP.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't go above like 200 with an enemy that has non-straight damage.
Means I can insta-kill James. I can insta.
Shut.
Just kidding.
He's
I take
parsing
100
lance.
I take 100 damage, James. I insta-die.
Guess someone's revivify. Oh god, if you give Cole get a scroll of revivify and teach Cole theurgy, he can just die and get revived.
Yes.
God,
Actually, I will be
jeez.
getting raised dead here shortly, so I can actually bring people back from the dead.
If you teach Cole necromancy, he can learn revivify. It's a cleric spell.
Fair.
Anyway, though, so you can hear, like, you can smell the sulfur as 2 massive explosions go off. They're pretty used to it, so they all turn Josh out of the way to a degree, but a lot of them still get turned to slag. You see the ogre's left leg get half blown out by one of the explosions, but you see it bring its arm up and just kind of block the other explosion from doing much damage to it.
Mhm.
And with all this confusion, riding in on Hans's back, Ezra.
Rough. He's gonna deal max damage on something. Is he gonna fight the horde or is he gonna fight the big boy?
Big boy.
Big boy?
Remember, bitter rival.
But isn't this not a 1v1?
No, he's gonna make someone his bitter rival, and that's an extra attack every turn. Extra
bet.
reroll.
Okay.
It's a 1v1, he gets 3 attacks and 3 rerolls. If it's just a single target he's fighting, he can make them his rival. But he's worse against everyone else then. In the same.
I see.
Yeah. So you see him just sprint into the horde as he hefts his weapon. Prepared to absolutely annihilate
All he has to
this
do is
thing.
hit. Roll that funky damage, white boy. Hey, that's not bad.
15. You see him heft his weapon. His hands
Cut those
start to glow
ankles.
gold. His hands start to glow gold. As you see Cole raising his hand, his eyes glowing gold, the same color gold, as he turns that into a natural 20.
Question, how tall is the golem again? The ogre golem?
Like 12, 14 feet tall.
12, 14? Okay, so he's not absurdly big. Okay.
No, he's just quite big.
Okay. Slash at that midsection, buddy. You got this.
And so that is doubling all the damage dice that he just dealt.
So how much
So
damage
that-
is he doing? That's like what? He does like 16, right?
Normally, yeah, he does.
Then
he
that's
does
32.
16 It's 32 damage.
32 damage. One hit.
Mm.
Come on, James. Roll that second attack, buddy.
Oh god. Jesus Christ, that's so much damage though.
Roll that second
Second
attack.
attack. No, the best part is he can fucking reroll.
Nat 20 again, bitch. Oh, it still hits. He has to...
He can reroll, so he's gonna roll for crit. Oh damn, he didn't get crit. It's an 18 on that first one too. Damn.
He needs to hit a 35 attack roll to get it.
That's so high.
You know what's funny? We could do Pathfinder rules for special criticals, but then he would crit all the time. 10 over,
Crit's like
you
an 8.
crit.
Crits on an 18. Whew. Oh my god, he's not allowed to have any better crit range than he already has.
Yeah.
That's not 16 damage though. And guess what else though? What do you think? Fray dice.
So he's dealt
Okay.
with what? 48 damage plus Fray Dice?
Something in that area,
No, it should
yeah.
be 48 damage plus Fray Dice. Go ahead and hit us with that Fray Dice. How much damage is that? Another
3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
51 damage.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
51 damage. Bam.
You see him heft his blade, it glowing with ice, as he just upward swings it, slashing it through the center. You see it fall onto his back leg, and you can see the ice shatter. You're pretty sure you can hear some of its bones breaking, and you can see the stone start to crack across its body.
Well, is it its turn?
Yep. Demon Beasts are going first. Azeroth, they're attacking Azeroth first.
Is the ogre considered a construct, by the way?
No, it's a challenge misbegotten.
Oh, wonderful. I'm casting Contagion next turn.
Yeah, go ahead. It is still
I'm
living.
sorry, not Contagion, Blight. Boy knows I'm about
Fair
to hit
enough.
him with it. 8d8, buddy. 8d8. Save or die. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's not that bad.
It's not the Fire Emperor. Fucking Azeroth. We're doing for Azeroth, Chance and Hans. They're the ones in melee range right now. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Normal damage, by the way.
So everybody takes that amount?
4. You know what? Do they roll high enough? You know what? Do they have the same AC of 3? No, they have AC of 2, don't they?
We have an AC of 2, yeah.
No, it's just the damage Azeroth takes.
Okay.
4. But guess what happens? You see him take a step back. They bombard the shield. Some fire in like small balls of black energy.
Don't forget
And for a
to
minute, that's what I'm about to. I'm getting to that.
Every
Getting
time.
to that. Yes, I know. Like the mathematic bullshit. You see 3 of them just charge out and blast him with black flames, completely coating the shield. You didn't have to roll for me. I was, you know.
Don't worry
Power
about it. Don't worry.
roll
I'm
for
just
effect.
letting you guys know how much damage that's gonna be. It's gonna be good shit.
You
27.
know what the funniest part is? Another 30 from Fray Dice.
30?
Yeah, he
How
does
is it
10 Fray Dice damage 3 times over.
Oh my god.
That is 30.
57 freight. 57 reaction damage.
You see his blade stick from the shield and just absorb some of their black energy as he just swings out in a spiral. The
the pressure wave of it just cuts all of them down near him.
Well, I think they're done, James. I think that's a day for them.
Oh my god, if they had anything less than the morale they have, they would have fucking ran.
James, are all the beasts dead? Do we just have one target remaining?
They're surprisingly alive
How
still.
the fuck are they still alive? This is...
I have to give them a lot of HP, my guy.
Bro, how big is this horde? What the fuck?
A lot. It's a lot of them.
What is there, like 1,000? Jesus Christ, James. It's like two a person. It's like 500 minimum, damn near.
If they have... Depends how much HP I give them. So if they have each, like, 4 HP, right?
Yeah.
They have 4 HP, right?
Cool.
And there is, like... Not that number. Like 50 of them. That's instantly 200 HP. Like, if they have 4 HP and there's 50 of them, that's 200 HP. So, like, yeah, no, there's, like...
These boys got too much hit points. Too much. That's, like... a soft... That's like 12 of them dead, dude.
Oh, yes.
All of them around him are just gone.
Yes, that is a immense amount of them. He just cut through their horde. He just cut their remaining health in half. Like, he just...
Okay.
He killed a lot of them. And that was just fucking reaction damage.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God, it's good shit.
Alright, attack the two
Next,
other boys.
2 AC, right?
2 AC.
I'm just gonna roll their damage. I'm just gonna roll their attacks at the same time. If that's all good with you.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. Yeah, gross. Gross.
Gross.
Gross.
That's a crit in there.
What?
Second one's a crit.
Cool.
Huh?
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
What do they need to hit?
They need a
6.
6.
He can't stop any of the hits.
Stopping a crit is better than nothing.
Exactly. He's gonna switch out the 12 to make that second one no longer a crit.
It's not as bad.
Yeah. You can see one of them just like try to sprint tackle them to do great amounts of damage, but you see their body get condensed in a faint golden aura,
Okay.
nudging their attack over by a slight amount.
3 damage. Oh, that's fine. 3 damage each. No problem.
Praise be Azeroth with his fucking magic shield bullshit.
Oh yeah, no, they're fine. Like they're fine. They haven't even hit past shield. They're good.
As I said, praise be Azeroth with his magic shield bullshit.
Now the ogre. What that ogre
You
do?
see him look at Azeroth. Raise an earthen fist. Doing 7 damage. You see his shield shatter. Azeroth, the hand comes back up. Azeroth is... He's a bit bloodied, but he's okay.
Okay.
You see what I did not do? I didn't roll attack for the ogre.
Oh, he just does damage.
He auto hits.
Ooh.
He looks to Chance and Hans.
He has that much range?
Aren't they? I guess yeah, no, they're not really.
They're
melee
fighting the
range.
horde.
Well, Azeroth's taking 3 strikes.
He'll be fine. How much HP does Azeroth have?
20.
He's fine. He's fine. Nice.
Holy shit.
Nice. 11 damage? Okay. 6, he's fine.
He has 3 HP left.
He's fine. He's just taking a lot of damage. It's alright.
Do you know what the funny thing is? He now has the, he has about the range of his normal... Well, that was 3 attacks, not 2. It's 3 more D8.
It's 2d8 per.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot. I thought it was 3 in the line.
No, it's 2d8 per. Plus fray dice.
It's another 30! But it's not straight, so...
Not straight.
Actually, that's
That
not
is
straight.
2, 3,
So it's 9 from the fray dice.
4, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 damage from Moil. 9 from Moil. I really wish the insta-kill power was just whatever HP they have remaining, because then I might actually use it against really big foes.
Yeah.
Like, because it would just be a, he's low, let me just finish him in a cool way.
Finish him. I might do that. Anyway, though, you see the earthen fish just smash down 3 times in a row. You see Ezroth just kind of get up using his sword as a crutch. You can see his body is broken and bloodied. But he has not lost the will to fight.
You know what? Can we edit that spell to do that, by the way? As that ruling? Because it's still, like, if you do it from the start of the fight, you're still taking fuck you damage. But if you do it, like, mid to late game, like, late in the fight, you still get all the combat in and whatnot, but you might not just die unconscious. You know what I mean?
So you would take the damage that they have remaining, or health remaining?
It's, you take damage equal to the hit dice that they have, half the hit dice that they have remaining. I think. Here, hold on. Let me look right here. Half the target's maximum hit dice in points of damage as spiritual scorching. So if it's half their half of their current hit points, that wouldn't be too bad. So if say they have like 100 hit points, I'm still taking 50. But if it wouldn't be a start of fight thing normally. It'd be like mid to late game when
I swear to God, if you use on a fucking mook enemy. You take 4 damage, but damn, bro.
Plus it is single target, so I can't just do it on multiple.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. With the sheer amount of HP the enemies have at this point, it's fine.
Yeah, because it's like a mini balance here. Because it's like normally most enemies would have like 50, so I would actually be able to use that.
Actually, big foes now, like they have like 120 something, 100 to 200, that kind of area. I haven't broken the 200 limit. I don't think.
Yeah, but like basic, no, like in traditional Godbound, you would have like 30 to 40
50, yeah.
Max. So I mean, like it's still like with you, like normally, like the HP shit I have in here, you can make as a normal Godbound. So it's like that wouldn't be that bad. You know, it's like doing 25 damage. I still wouldn't go unconscious. So this is kind of like editing the spell to like make it actually kind of balanced to the new HP system we're doing.
Yeah.
Current hit dice. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is take a look at the horde, find a location where they're bunched up together. But no, I would have to. No. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look over at the horde, and I'm just gonna retch my staff upwards as a massive, basically, pile of spikes erupt from the ground, spearing lots of the beasts apart. That is 16 damage. 16 damage.
Okay.
As multiple of them just get speared straight through, some of them just getting maimed here and there. I'm then going to look at the really big boy, take my ring, reach my hand on up as I see Azeroth basically on his last feet. I'm going to look down at it, go, let's see how this goes. As I wave my other hand over top of the ring, as the runes begin to spin around it, as I release the rune, holding the stasis of Far Distant Lance.
Is that the spell you stored earlier?
Yep. Far Distant Lance and Curse of Blight Strain. I told you this before stream.
Yep.
What I'm going to do is I am then going to take a look at the ogre and just say, die.
It's like a save, correct?
Save or take an ass load of take 5d10 damage, or die in a spectacular way of my choosing. I will take damage regardless. I'm taking half of his current HP. Just straight up in base damage.
How much HP do you have?
45.
Felix, you won't die from this.
I'm sure. How much HP?
You won't.
How much?
I mean, it's remaining HP before the strike goes off, of course.
But how much damage am I taking
me-
from the spiritual burning?
Let's see, how much would that be? 37. Also, ooh, that's not good.
Why'd you roll 5d10?
Is that how much she takes?
I literally just rolled that already.
I didn't see it. Sorry.
Yeah. So it isn't straight damage for some reason, but it probably should be.
I'll let this be straight. You're taking an ass load of repercussion damage from this, so I'll let it be straight. This isn't just like a free attack. This is, you know, this costs something.
Okay, there. So that's 27 damage. It's 27 damage. As I take 37, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is before I take the HP before it gets dealt the damage. So it's 37. I am close to down. Let me just do quick maths because I'm stupid. 37. I have 8 HP left. As I finish the last portion of the incantation, and I finish it off with the quick words, "Die," as bones rip out of the ground, so like a giant toothy maw just spiraling around it, digging into the ogre's stony flesh, carving into it, trying to interlock and explode it into spikes. However, the bones shatter, failing the spell in its entirety, as the ring sends a massive jolt of shock damage through me, as I immediately scream out in pain, grabbing onto the Hans's saddle to try and stabilize myself, as I kind of look on up panting, as I look down at the ring and go, insane. And that's gonna be my turn.
Next is going to be Steve.
Steve is going to look over at me, hoping I'm doing fine. Pull his hunts in front of mine, reach his hand on up, summon forth a ball of snickering electricity, and then just a snickering black ball of electricity as he just points his hand at the ogre and then fires, slamming it, scattering lightning across its chest, 7 straight damage. The undead spirit.
Stretch real quick.
How much AC does it have? 3, right? 3 AC for the ogre?
Yep. 3.
2 damage. Right as he sends it out, the undead spirit shakily. What?
I was wrong. Did you get 2 attacks, by the way?
What? The spirit?
The undead spirits? Yeah, they get 2
Fuck
attacks.
yeah! Okay, cool. Hell yeah! Action 2 attacks. Okay. 3, 1. Nice. Pew. Sends out 1 bolt of lightning. Straight on out as it slams, scattering right after Steve's ball hits. And then he just sends out another small one as it flies out, slams across its chest once more. And then Chance and Hans are going to...
Wait, are they straight damage or are they normal damage?
They do 1 day. It was 1 and 2, so 3. So normal damage. Chance and Hans are then going to continue their onslaught of the demon boys. Ooh, just barely. That's miss. That's a hit. That's a hit. 1, 2, 3. These are straight. 1, 6, 12. 12 damage.
You can see cutting on the horn. Now there's only a handful of the beasts left. But still, the ogre stands above. Cole's turn next.
Cole, honestly, I'm going to say this before we hit Cole's turn. Cole might be having trauma right now, because Draven is damn near dead due to his own magic, but still. Ezrath is damn near on the floor, dead, with a massive beast on top of him. Is he gonna freak the fuck out? Do you want to roll like a spirit save?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, yo. Dragon mode. Freak the fuck out. Panic
He's
attack.
not to that level, but you can see him.
I know, but just go.
You
Cole,
see
panic
him
attack.
He opens his hand. A spear appears. In a single moment, it flies across the battlefield to beasts. Wow. 7.
Shame. Wait, doesn't he have one reroll left?
He has a single. Actually, he's just gonna commit effort to salting away the luck and just reroll it that way.
Hey,
He's
okay.
gonna save that 7 for later. Isn't that amazing? You
It
just
is.
fucking keep that in his back pocket.
It is.
Wow, nat 1. Wait! Nat 1, he gets to reroll.
Hey, okay. Bet. Let's go. Let's go.
He gets to reroll
Let's
this
go.
one attack.
God
Wow.
damn it. Holy.
He's gonna switch out for a 15, making it a hit.
It auto hits. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. That was so what did he just used?
I'm gonna yell over at Cole more. I'm not kidding.
You see like a blood vessel fucking burst in one of his eyes. Like
I'm
his eye
behind
is
him, so I'm just
twitching.
gonna yell at him more.
Like one of his eyes is fucking twitching. I'm gonna roll it at a target AC 20. Just
Go
because
get him.
8 damage.
Good. Too bad.
That's straight damage as well because of how it works,
Yeah,
but
too
yeah.
Baby mode.
Baby move. That is
Go on,
2.
Cole, you got this. I've given
And
you
you
all
see
the
him
trauma.
just
Let's go.
You see him just raise his staff. As you can just see just the one eye just glowing fiercely. As the sky darkens with fireballs in the sky.
Okay. Scorching ray.
Yeah. Like little bolts of fire in the sky, so he just rains down
that's what
hellfire.
okay, fair enough.
I could have actually had him use what's it called, but no. I want him to earn it.
Keep going. Only doing 2?
That's enough to kill him.
The ogre?
They had 11 HP left.
The ogre?
No, small boys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's just annihilating the small boys first. And you see him just raining down bolts of flame as the beasts are completely scorched and eviscerated. You see the one eye just flick up to the head of the golem as the other 4 bolts get prepared to end this man.
Hit.
Mm-hmm.
Hit. Hit. By the way, one
Actually-
of those was a nat 20.
I was about to check for that. Yeah, that's one.
Let's go. Let's go.
2, 3.
Okay, so that is.
I'm gonna do 5 just because the one's crit. So.
So that is plus 2. That's
4, 5,
3.
6, 7, 8, 9. 10. Oh yeah, for the pluses to damage as well. Yeah.
Hold on, I've got it. 3, 6, 10, 10 plus 2, 12 plus 3, 15.
Quite a bit of damage.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
I'll just say it's.
Well, I'm pretty sure I did 12
Math
plus
right.
3. So I'm pretty sure I did 12 plus 3. So 15. Pew!
You see just the volley fire. He's not dead yet, no.
Oh.
But you see the volley fire of strikes. As it just gets, you see it bring up both of its arms, just blocking the bolts. You see its body start to melt because of the heat. And basically a fucking crouching tiger stands on the ground. Bloodied and beaten. You see Azeroth. You see him just brings a hand up, clenching ice around its feet, making it so it can't run away.
Go get him, Tiger.
For ice damage.
Very nice. Let's go. It's like what?
As
3?
he prepares. Huh?
It's like what? 3 damage.
3 damage, yes. As he prepares his strikes.
Of course. Nice.
Roll for a crit. Nah, sadly not. Okay, second attack. Roll for crit. Alright, and that is 32 damage. God, that's just
He
so
doesn't roll
fucking
straight, does he?
No, isn't still.
I don't think it's straight.
It's not. No, I'm saying it's still. No, 16 damage. Sorry.
16. There you go. I was gonna say, like, hey, yo.
Because it's.
So the 8 damage per, so that's, yeah, 16.
Yeah.
Big boy. Big boy damage.
And you see him just slash it apart, cuts one of its arms off, but as he falls to the ground, just you see it stare him down as it raises its hand once more. It's still alive, holding on by a thread.
It's gonna.
I should also.
It's gonna kill this man.
Let me check. There's one thing I forgot to. So I check the rules on saying real fast.
Question.
He moves up, shield back up again.
Does Azeroth have negative HP ability?
Yeah, he's not gonna. Oh, he doesn't have 9 lives anymore. No.
Well, no, I was talking about like if he gets hit down to 0, is he insta dead or is he like?
Oh, he'll survive. He can be revived. It's fine.
He can be revived.
Or like he can be healed back up. He doesn't just instantly just die.
Wanted to make sure if he had like negative HP because I can't remember what we rolled last time.
7, 8. He gains 8 bonus HP for it now.
How's he getting 8 bonus?
The Protector drone. It's bonus action.
Oh, it's bonus action. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I see. 1 HP.
He survives.
Hold on.
No,
Shadow of Moil, real quick.
Exactly. He's gonna.
Shadow of Moil. 5 damage.
It's not straight, but
Well, not straight, so 2.
2 plus.
3 days.
3 days.
3 damage.
It's
That's
not
5
3.
damage. That's 5 damage total. 5 damage total.
You see him get slammed into the ground. And with a blood-curdling... You hear the shield shatter with a blood-curdling scream. You can see a spike of solidified blood get stabbed through its hand. It wrenches its hand away. As Ezra stands up, cloaked in black flame, not even holding his blade anymore. You see his just hand get coated in that black flame as he jumps up and just punches in the chest. Punches it in the chest, slamming it into the ground. And as you see Ezroth land on the ground, you see him just weary and near death.
Very good.
All limbs are dead.
I'm going to look over at Cole and go tend to Azeroth. The battle was won. For now.
He's gonna nod, sprint over Azeroth.
Do I find any of the little boys who are, like, still kind of alive, but, like, on the floor dying?
No, they're dead. They're all dead.
Oh, okay. I guess I will wait here and just deal with my 8 HP. There's no healing I can do.
Baby mode HP.
Baby put HP.
Did I get more HP, my guy?
Apparently, seems. Well, I just need the heal. That's all I need. I just need the heal. I can heal up. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna have the Haunts go over to Azeroth, as I'm sure Cole is like rushing on over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, I didn't get that power. Okay. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Oh, this is so abusable. Oh, I didn't even notice.
What?
Oh,
Furnace?
fuck. Oh, fuck. I walk over to him. I commit effort for the day.
What are you doing?
And I regen all my hit points.
Oh yeah, you're
Final Furnace. Fuck.
Is that the undo the damage taken last turn or?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Instantly heal all hit points lost since the end of your last turn, provided the harm didn't kill you.
That's fine.
Oh my god. Like Battle Ender, just whoop, heal me back up. So what I'm gonna do is as I walk over there, I'm just going to grab my my skeletal ring hand, slam it into my chest, as Azeroth probably is the one looking up over at Cole and me, as Cole is probably rushing on over to Azeroth, but he probably sees me trotting along as I slam my hand against my chest, and just my entire body gets shrouded in a silverish light, as I then just sit upright straight, as my entire body, even though I didn't have any visible wounds, it was soul scorching. I just am rejuvenated, almost like a clock ticking back. I then just kind of look down at the ring, and I'm like, well, this will be useful. All right. Let's keep going. As I walk back, as I haunts over to Azeroth, as I look down at him and go, "Are you doing all right down there?"
Cole's gonna still be tending to his wounds. You guys are just kind of put a thumbs up.
Good. What the fuck was that thing? I wonder if it's from the church. Maybe. These damn beasts. I'm gonna take a look over at him and go, I'm gonna take a look around the town. I'll bring Steve with me. Have Chance and Hans will stay over with you two. Come find me whenever you're ready.
They're both gonna nod at you.
I'm gonna take a
they
little
rest up.
trot around the town while I...
You still do feel that faint familiarity and connection.
Mm-hmm. Trot around the town, take a little look-see.
Are you searching for it?
Yeah.
You find yourself in the center of the town.
Oh.
And so much where you're just close to where you just were, but well, like Shooter Joe White basically.
Mm-hmm.
And your staff glows,
Oh.
and you see a faint magic circle on the ground. You recognize it.
It's the same one, isn't it?
Same one from your dream.
I'm gonna take a look around. Is there a forest nearby?
Outside the town, yeah.
I'm gonna leave Steve there. Just gonna tell him, wait here. As I go ahead and trot to where my dream began.
Well, I mean, like, in the dream, well, you're on a hill near a forest. You can see a hill, like, right outside the village.
I'm gonna trot up there.
You see the same rock. It's been corroded over the years, but same rock is there.
I'm gonna get off my haunts, go over there and sit right on top of it. Just take a look around and take a deep breath in.
You feel a great, like, a weight in your heart and soul. As if you had just lost everything. A single tear falls from your eye.
Take my mask off, wipe it away, put the mask back on. Take a
The
look
Huns
around.
will remember this.
The Haunts will remember this. I'm gonna take a look around as I stand back up. Is there any other notable landmarks or anything? Anything interesting in the area at all?
No.
Or just arbitrary hill? Okay.
Just random hill, yeah.
Hop back on the Hans. Go right back to where Steve is. And just wait for the others to get over.
Okay. Like a minute or two later, they come walking over. Cole is so okay. Ezroth he's not at full strength, but he is doing okay. He was a little
did
scuffed
Cole
up.
not heal him?
He did. It was a lot.
It
It was a lot of damage. And the only healing spell Cole has right now is
baby mode, okay. Yeah,
it's healing word, nothing else.
fair enough.
Actually, wait, no, I'm gonna say he's gonna, instead of use healing word on that second one, which would be 3 health, instead he's gonna have used prayer of healing. I just kind of forgot he had prayer of healing.
Oh shit, yeah, that's right. You do a prayer.
It takes 10 minutes, 10 minutes to cast, but it is way better.
I mean, yeah, I'm in no rush here, so
That's 16,
Oh,
so that's
he's
a
back
full
up.
heal.
just about, yeah.
Nope, full heal.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
He had 10. He had 10 health. That's 15. He has 21 max.
Oh, okay. I thought he had less than 10 health. I thought he had like 2 HP.
He had still got to cast 2 healing words beforehand. He used 2 level 1 healing words and then level 2 healing word.
I see.
He switched up to level 2 for
I see. Okay.
perf healing.
I see. Okay. So in that case, when eventually they get up here, I'm gonna go. Welcome back, the two of you. Come on, I found it.
Ezra's gonna chime in. I don't know what we're gonna find in here.
Well, we'll have to see. As I hop off the Hans, walk over to the spell circle. All of you, step in.
They nod and they step in.
I'm gonna kneel down and place my hand against the spell sigil, and then force magic into it.
The entire thing lights up. As it glows, you suddenly find yourself alone in a grassy meadow. Lying on the ground is a man in tattered mage robes. Lies before you, seemingly sleeping. He's a skeleton, but you can feel he seems entirely still, and you see his energy is dormant.
Walk over to him.
The moment you move, his energy flares to life, and he jumps to his feet, staring you down. Who are you to find this place?
I'm gonna hold the staff out in front of me. Does this answer your question?
He blinks a few times, basically, rubbing his eyes. And he looks at it again, rubs his eyes some more, looks at it again.
It's just straight up skeleton, right? So it's a lich. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So it's a lich in mage's attire. Okay. I want to make sure. Okay.
Yeah. And he looks and goes, to think I'd eventually be awoken by the Inheritor. I never thought it would work, but I guess I was proven wrong.
I'm gonna take a look around and I don't see my companions. I'm gonna go. Where are my companions? Did they not travel with me?
No, this place was designed for only the Inheritor to enter.
Fine. I'll take some steps forward, walking up to him. Who are you? I'm assuming one of my predecessor's old companions.
You see him sit down in the grass, and Pat's next to him. Come, sit down. I'll tell you my title and my power that I held.
What, are you trapped here? I mean,
He looks over.
You're an undead. I don't expect you to just necessarily die. That easily, anyway. And I'll sit down.
I was quite, well known. This place has concealing runes on it. If I leave here, there is quite a few gods that would want my head. What I can offer is advice, and maybe even a bit of power as well.
Again, what is your name? skeleton.
He thinks about it. It's been far too many years for me to remember my name. He kind of seemed like racking his brain for a minute. I am the first sage of your predecessor, a powerful mage and theurgist. I helped your predecessor design a lot of the necromancy spells he used over time.
Design them? What do you mean?
Yes,
you just made new spells. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I figured the ancient arts of necromancy started well before you two.
Well, yes, we designed and refined new spells, often combining other schools of magic with them. Like taking powerful spirits along with the soul of a dragon to create a powerful weapon.
Oh yes, the Draco Lich. I met them.
Ah, you did.
They
So you've already been to a few sites of inheritance then?
one so far. I've dealt with many newer foes, and I've found some of the points of inheritance. I've also come across the one who consumes. The giant fucking dragon, you know, the one that's chained up.
He's gonna look at you kind of confused. I wasn't aware of someone with that title.
He'll describe it very, very clearly as he goes, yes, you know, the one down inside the cave matches that description. The giant arcane chains wrapped around it with the forge nearby. I'll pull out my book, flip it open, go to the pages with the runes on it. With these runes.
You seem kind of slowly nodding. I recognize these runes. You say they were on chains. That does make sense. This is an artifact we created to capture powerful demonic or divine beasts. I don't think we ever used them on a dragon. And this engine, I recognize it, yes, but underground, how do we do that? We use the power war machines, not prison cells? Seems awfully overkill.
How do you not remember this? My predecessor was the one who built it.
Like I said, yes, we built the chains, but we don't need to be around to use them.
I suppose.
It seems more likely someone else found the chains after we were gone and used them.
Strange, though, because the furnace itself only responded to me. I don't know how they would get it to work in the first place without it. Now, there is monsters, and it'll describe the monsters that were down there. There was a queen whose predecessors worked with my predecessor, it seemed.
He gives a fond look. Yes, they're one of the few peoples to escape the wrath of the other gods, and living a quiet life. I'm glad the Divine Wolf is still alive. She was a good ally to your predecessor.
I see. So, would you be able to assist me in learning new theurgy? As well as, eventually, if I free you, would you work alongside me? You seem to be a competent lich. I feel I could have use of you.
He nods a few times. It'd be nice working with a competent theurgist again. It's been quite many years. And yes, I have a few theurgists knocking around that you might have some interest in. Of course, I don't have many of my scrolls on me, just one or two. So I'd have to essentially recreate them again. So, to answer your question, yes, to both.
I see. Marvelous. Tell me, Tell me about my predecessor.
You seem to think. Early, middle, or late into his life.
Why not all three?
His life was one that was long with many, many events. It's a very long story to tell. In his early years, he was actually a conjurer, not a necromancer. Summoning powerful spirits. He went to a place, a well of spiritual energy, where shamanic knights, guardians of the world, trained and became very formidable. There, he practiced his conjuring, summoned the most powerful spirits he could. But as he gained power as a divine and as a mage, there were those in the world that were threatened by this, and sought to kill him. They laid ruin to the well, and that day he swore revenge on them. In the middle of his life, he delved into ancient tomes and became a very powerful necromancer, combining conjuring and necromancy to create powerful war machines. Eventually, his power culminated in the creation of those eldritch engines like the one he found. Creations that, by all means, to most theurgists, make no sense and should not work. Yet somehow, through a technique I'm not even aware of, he made them work, made them operate to generate mass amounts of arcane energy.
I see. Well then. Why don't... From what I'm told, it seems that he learned he would die near the end of his life. How did he know for sure he would lose? How did he know so clearly when he would lose?
It wasn't a quick loss. He started being pushed back more and more, as more gods joined the fray, and he was simply far too outmatched for his power level.
Ah, so many against the one. And he didn't have any
Indeed.
allies on. It seems with the Draco Lich, a Lich, and a Master Theurgist, he would be more than capable of fighting multiple gods.
You would think that, yes, but it was simply not a few gods. It was the most powerful pantheon in the world. Dozens of extremely powerful gods. Some of good, some of evil. They terminated bitter rivalries, just so that a newcomer could not join the fray.
I see. Well then. I will not follow in his footsteps and be defeated so easily. My goal isn't to kill these gods, no, but my goal may very well lead to their destruction. Or very well, more accurately, they will lead themselves to such. I feel that they won't necessarily expect another.
You seem to think for a moment. Just be careful not to draw their ire too quickly.
I am here. I'm trying to learn everything I can right now. I am not extremely powerful, but I am exceptionally increasing in so. I have an apprentice I am teaching who's far, far in excess, surpassing every trial I put before him. He was even given the will of dragons by the Draco Lich. And I have a knight who's there to protect my apprentice and train him in physicality. He's an incredibly powerful warrior. I fear even myself would not be able to fight him. I used to be able to, but not anymore. But they are both fiercely loyal, and I wish to create a Draco Lich of my own. Sorry. I wish to create a Draco Lich of my own. I wish to conjure forth an army of undead more powerful than anything any army has ever seen before. And then I wish to cast the ultimate theurgy. One that wraps the difference between life and death itself in such a way that I can create a servitor so powerful that no god can ever stand against me again. I theorize the most powerful theurgy to be an enhanced form of my own servitor. Some may say to create a god. I would say to create a war machine. That will be the ultimate necromancy. But for that, I will need immense power. But they are only theories. I've been studying the runes of my predecessor, and as well as those who have come after. I have many, many teachers. I will be back here to learn in due time. And I will free you at one point. Of course, with the proper pledges, I would say. But, nevertheless, if they stand against me, I can tell you this truthfully. I do intend to squash them beneath my boot. My magic will not be held like some meager flame. I seek to know all of theurgy, and I will not let my mind lose to its mysterious hold.
He puts a hand on your shoulder, and he takes out a singular scroll. It's tattered and worn. Here, read this. Learn it. Engrave it into your heart. It was quite an early work of mine. It's simple. It is only a gate spell, but it should allow you to wield incredible power. Beyond that of even a divine smite.
What should I call it, James?
I'll give you the name in a minute.
Because right now I just have Lich Gate spell ? As.
Just leave it as that for right now.
Okay.
The name of it will spoil what it does.
Okay. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna roll it up and go, I appreciate it.
Wait, how fast do you learn gate spells?
I can learn them, I believe, in one day. Let me just make sure, because I know it's due to perfection of understanding. It's either subtle out of know and perfection of understanding. 30 in 1 day of any degree.
Okay.
1 day.
You see, place a hand on your head, and you feel your body feels quite hot for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Reducing that time to a quarter of its normal time. He basically implants the memory in your head of generally, like, the knowledge of it, essentially.
Oh. Okay. Let's go look at him and go, what was this for?
Think of it as your first theory learning from me. I might as well speed up the process.
Fine. Yeah, let's get this started then. I'll open it up and begin learning it. Yeah, I'll take a quarter of a day. So like, what? 24 divided by 4 is like, what, 8 hours?
Yeah, that's from my area.
So 8 hours to learn it. What is it called? You want to copy and paste the description of it, by the way?
In a second. The reveal will be good.
Okay.
Trust me, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. After you learn, he looks to you and says, "Alright, for now, that is all that I have left to teach you for now. Come back and visit me in... whenever it's convenient with you, I guess. And I will let you know if I have anything else to teach you, and once you gain enough power to finally release me, I'll be in your care."
He's gonna take a look at him and go, fine. These incantations. I'll have to try it out. As he rolls up the scroll and puts it in his bag. As he looks over at him and goes, I know the Draco Lich had a boon. I can only assume you have nothing else besides knowledge to give me. Was there nothing else that my predecessor left for me?
He thinks for a moment. He looks at you and places a hand on your heart. And he starts chanting unknown words. You can tell it's theurgy, but you can't tell
Actually, I can.
what. I'm saying, in terms of, like, you can't tell what it's supposed to do. And he is not the creator of it either. And you can feel sigils being engraved on your heart. As he completes it, you can feel just a field of faint energy around you.
It's the lexicon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Nice.
These wards should do good to protect you.
What do they do?
They should defend you against most if not all spells. And theurgies.
He's gonna look down at himself as he goes, marvelous. And you said this should protect me entirely against all forms of magic.
Correct.
Brilliant.
It's not infallible, though. Do not think yourself arrogant. There are plenty of divines out there that can nullify it for maybe just a moment, but it is long enough for them to potentially slay you.
I see. Okay. I understand. Fine. But this should at least give me quite a bit of, well, quite a bit of an edge. Wait a minute. He's gonna take a look down at the subtle eye of knowing for Eldritch to take a look at it. Do I recognize it as the same power that was on the one who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna look over at him and goes, there's another theurgist. One of my uncles, you see. He has the same power. I recognize the incantation slightly. Well, the effects anyway of it. He was infallible. To all my magical attacks, I could do nothing against him. If this is that same power... well then. Ain't that a bitch. I appreciate this. Thank you. Before I come back, I would recommend naming yourself, by the way. If you've forgotten it, think of it as a nickname.
He nods. Yes, yes. I'll find something to call myself. It should make life easier on you and any of your companions.
Alright. Well, I guess I will get going. I have another site to go to. So he pulls out his map and shows him. Do we have any warnings for what arises here? As he points to the last one.
You can see his eyes open a fair bit. Ah. That site. Tread lightly. The one sealed there can get a bit... kind of like rubs his head. A bit violent.
What was he, a knight? Barbarian?
You'll find that out for yourself.
Nah. Dreadful. Alright. I will see you later. I will be back when I've become a great deal stronger.
He nods.
I will not forget you.
I hope not. And I hope that theology treats you well.
It will. As I go back to where I stood originally, and I try to reverse the shit.
I reckon you just put magic to it again and just send it back.
Okay.
Also, I got playback limited.
I have not yet, but we will soon.
I am in fact running out of content, so probably in 3 hours a day, but
it's
yeah.
okay. I do have some stuff I want to do up here that we can just improv though.
Yes. Also, now it's time for the reveal.
Oh yes. What was the spell?
As you exit the portal, you are met with a battle, as there is a skirmish going on with much smaller and weaker forms of the same beast you're fighting before. Just hordes of them. Ezra and Cole are doing their very best to keep them back, but there's just an endless stream of them. And as you lay eyes on them,
Now I got playback error. Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I got playback limited. So boys, we're not gonna have music for a little while. Pardon. Discord's a bitch. Sorry. Keep going.
Yeah. So the spell you just learned came to mind. As Roth and Cole, they see, you appear. You can't quite hear them over the sounds of battle. As you see just the end. It looks like an ocean of these small, like, stone beasts charging towards. They're trying to knock them back as best they can, incinerate them with scorching rays, slash at them, cast their bolts of eldritch lightning, but to no avail. In a single moment, the spell you learned comes to mind. As you raise your hands, the incantation, Flame of Death, comes to mind.
Oh, that's pretty cool. The name I'm gonna say. It's pretty cool. Okay. Flame of Death.
If you want a visual, think Black Flame from Elden Ring, or I guess Amaterasu from...
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. Do you have the actual description of it for me?
Using Hellfire, you can burn away mobs made of 1 HP units. Basically, if it's a mob made of 1 HP, dead.
Wait, is this is this a lexicon power?
Nope. Custom.
Oh, it's custom. Okay.
Custom gate spell.
Do you have it actually written down so I can?
Yes.
Can you DM it?
Yeah, I'm copying it into your sheet now.
Oh, okay.
I have to copy it over. Against like bigger targets, the ones that are stronger than that, it just does a D10 per level of damage.
I already have a gate thing for it.
Okay. But yes, it is similar to a Lexicon power, though. It is similar to the Worm Breath, the one that insta-kill, the Breath of Death.
Yep.
Where it insta-kills mobs made of 1 HP creatures. It has that effect.
So just the entire mob.
Oh. Yes. As you raise your hands, black flame spews from your hands, burning away all of them. The unending tide of stone beasts just become melted. They're very, like, basically the essence of their magic being completely incinerated. The flames spread until all of them have been annihilated.
I do have to use one effort though. Keep in mind. So
Okay.
I do have one extra after this, by the way. So
Remember, it's also different scenes. And one's used for the scene or that have come back.
oh yeah, I still only have one left after this.
Yes, but there is a massive horde of insane
just
amounts.
telling you.
But they are all dead now, though.
So it's basically just really big Amaterasu.
Yes.
Oh, that's badass. Okay.
Do you see why I waited on the reveal now?
Torrent of black flame, and it doesn't just hurt my allies at all. It's like very
No.
specific. Okay, cool. Pug shit. All right. That's fine. Yeah. All right. Cool. I like that. That is good.
Yeah.
That is very high.
I thought you would like that.
Yeah. No, that's badass. I really like that. Okay.
You got me to watch the Naruto shit, and I'm like, you know what? Bet.
Good. That's cool. That's good. All right. So, is there any? So I'm guessing just the entire battlefield essentially around us, just black flame.
Yeah. Like a torrent of black flame just spews out, just cutting all of them down.
Okay. And then once they're all burnt down to a crisp, I'm just gonna walk over to them, just like clenching and unclenching my hands. As eventually I get up to them and go, "I've returned. I'm here."
Both of them look at you. Ezra just kind of like looks like, huh. Looks at the shadow of Moil Cloak, looks back up, huh. Whereas Cole is looking at it like, what the fuck? And as always, whenever Cole sees the use of
badass magic,
use of theurgy, he always has to be like, You know, he doesn't have
he still
it.
doesn't get it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look over at Cole and go, "Attempt to kill me, onslaught me."
Also, I was wrong. Actually, no, he has a 7 still stored in, or he has a, actually, it was not 1 stored in Salt and Wounds. Never mind.
Okay.
The 7 was
Doesn't
earlier.
matter.
Never mind.
So he's gonna look at Cole and go, "Attempt to kill me, fire away, onslaught me, unleash your magic."
Looks a little concerned as he just charges up just numerous bolts of flame, all flying towards you. And the moment they get close, they just fizzle out. The embers flying past you.
Can I just legit just knock them to the side, deflecting them for a couple of them for cool thematic?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll just walk towards them, knocking them to the side. Some of them that go towards like my midsection, my lower half, just fizzling out right as it hits me. Or just right like couple inches before, as I just walk up to him, and then I'm just gonna tap him on the chest.
You see Ezroth heft his sword. Like, legitimate curiosity on his face. Does it block this too? As he's about to swing his sword.
No, it doesn't.
You just stop. Alright.
However, I am now essentially immune to all magic.
I'm gonna throw a boxer at you.
As he looks over at Cole, as he goes, "This is the power I've aspired to have. Do you remember when we fought my uncle, and all of my magic simply fizzled out around him? Simply struck him and then dissipated, doing nothing.
He nods.
I've achieved that exact same power. The being within that circle is a lich. An old theurgist from my predecessor's age. He lives, and he's nowhere close to death. Again. He lives. And I will free him one day. But he has imparted me with this theurgy. He's also given me this black flame. I shall use it. All I can say is this is getting really exciting. Ugh, I feel like I'm one step closer to being able to demolish all in my path. So then, at least at this point, Cole, when fighting me you never have to hold back again. Keep in mind, even theurgy pales in my wake. Not just low magic. You could rip open a night road centered directly on my chest using theurgy and it would simply fizzle before it activated. I now hold dominance over the arcane. And where I don't hold dominance, I look over at Ezeroth and go, you shall make sure we don't die.
He has a wide smile on his face. He looks at you. Anything that can harm you now has to go through me first.
Exactly. Well then, Cole, you have some catching up to do, it seems.
He nods for a notebook of his own and starts to write.
I'm gonna look over at Steve and go, Steven, come here.
Steve walks over. Yes, young master.
It seems we have lots of trekking to do. Steve, open the map. Yeah. So I hand it over to him. I'm gonna look down at the map. Is the other site of inheritance closer to the home base or here?
I
Because
would
if
say
it's
it's
closer to
probably-
home, then I'm ripping open a portal and going home.
Yeah, I would say it's probably like a day faster going from where you are now, but do you want to go back through the ice area or not, basically? And do you want to stop by home first?
Stopping by home would be really nice.
Yeah, you'd lose like a day,
I would
but you'd be able to rest. You'd be able to,
rest and restock because we are damn near out of supplies, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because we didn't restock when we left. Yeah, okay. I'll rip open a portal right there. Just rip it open. Just proudly walk on through with the haunces following on behind. So I walk on in, look over at one of the priests, and go, "Is my father ready for me?"
The priest nods to you.
Good.
Yes, after you sent a corpse through, he's been quite concerned.
Understood. Let him know that I'm making my way up there now. You, as I look on over at the others, at the other priests, I'm go, take the haunces to the stables. As I wait for all my companions to get in, and then I'm gonna go head up to my father's room.
Okay.
I'm assuming the original priest is gonna just rush up there.
Yeah, he just fucking books it. It seems to be the youngest of the priests, just books it. Alright. You start walking up to your father's room.
I'm gonna look over at the door guard. I'm assuming news right there.
Now.
Now? I'm sorry. I was assuming now's still there.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna look over at him. Now, I look very different than the last time I was here.
Your arm is entirely fucking...
My
Yeah, your
arm
arm
is
isn't-
entirely gated, but really it looks about the same as when I was there last time because I still have, cloaks and all that shit.
Yeah, it's not that different.
It's not that different, but I do have shadows and all this shit.
You're a Dark Lord now.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk up to him as I go, please open the gate, New.
He nods, kind of has like a proud look on his face as he opens the door. Right away. Your father is waiting for you.
I'm gonna nod to him, step inside. It's just me, by the way. As I walk on in, I'm gonna hold my hands out to either side, walking very proudly this time. I'm assuming the queen is back in her little area, down there, so she's not gonna be here. So it's just dad.
Yeah.
walking out.
Not a big scary wolf woman.
No. Walk over to him, just kind of like standing proud, instead of the last time where I was saying very panicked.
Yeah,
Now
this time
cloaked
you're
in like billowing shadows here and there, all this good shit.
Charlie looks at you. You can see just the radiance on his face. Ah, I see you have returned. Say, what did you find at those sites of yours?
Why don't I give you a demonstration? Father, cast your strongest low magic at me. Just humor me. Don't worry. I'll be fine. What a finger of death. Power word kill.
That's what I was looking up.
Fake finger of death, yeah.
There. You see him just kind of poke your chest, and you see just the necrotic energy just flood around you, but dissipates.
I'm gonna hold my hands out to the side, just like, you know?
You did not a few times. Quite impressive. Although, don't get too arrogant. I've seen far too many divines that have powers to nullify.
Oh, I'm sure. Steve has quite comparable force. I don't expect this to be a surefire. But against most mages, this should do. It even works up against theurgy. My uncle has a very similar power. In fact, it might be exactly the same. Just one step closer, Father. One step closer. As he kind of walks up next to him. I have mastered the powers of the night. As he holds up his hand. I am mastering powers of time. I have new flames from years, decades long past that even I'm sure my uncle may not even know of. I've learned theurgy from an ally of the old wielder of the scepter. He will teach me. And these runes that now ward me against any forms of magic. I have now become a mage of quite a lot of prowess. I feel it is only going to go up from here. I can feel like I'm getting closer. Slowly but surely. And we found a Draco Lich, by the way. A friendly one. Do not worry, it's a friendly one. One of my previous scepter's holder. The dragon granted Cole the power, the will of a dragon, and myself more robust energy inside my spellcraft. I'm heading off to one last location, which should give me one more boon of some kind or another. But they seem to be quite hot-headed, a real muscle, it seems. I can only expect this one will give us the force we need. We will see.
Father nods. Every time you come back home, I can see how much you've grown. How powerful you've grown in magic and theurgy. How powerful your disciples have become. All that I ask is that you be safe in doing this.
I will do my best. We have defeated many divine in our travels. I feel soon it will be time to start seeking them out, rather than letting them seek us.
You see, he has quite a concerned look on his face as he says, judging by the mask that you brought me before, I don't think you'll have to seek them out, as
knowing the cult of the dragon has laid dormant for years, and it does have quite a substantial amount of power.
Ah, good. A new challenge to tackle. I feel after this next boon, I very well may have everything I need to tackle this cult. I will bend them, break them like twigs. I will devour every piece of power that they have, and I will come back to you, Father. I will come back stronger, better. This is only the tip of the iceberg. And I know, we will achieve everything we have sought. Because, Father, there are those out there with knowledge of theurgy that even my uncle may not know. Lost tomes, great artwork of magic. Untold secrets that even we, ourselves, and even him, may not be aware of. And I've started tinkering too. I've tried taking bits and pieces of theurgy and melding them together. He holds up his ring. I can store magic within this. I can pause the time on an incantation and cast theurgy later when I need it. Instead of having to take a long, drawn-out incantation that may take me hours, I can do so freely beforehand and finish it at the end when I need it the most. I'm learning, and I'm trying to impress.
He looks to you once more. He looks to the ring. The craftsmanship on it is quite excellent. The engravings and the runes are extremely well done.
They are runes of sealing that I took my own spin on. You see, the runes that were there sealing, well, the tomb that my uncle sealed. Bits of that mixed with the seals that bind the one that consumes. Both of those combined, I had the idea, well, if I mix my time magic in with that, I might be able to pause a theurgy in stasis to cast later. To finish it, right? If I undo the binding, resume it as if I had just casted it moments ago. And because it's stored in the ring, and the ring can come with me, there shouldn't be any issue. So far, it has worked.
He looks to you and looks back at the ring. I do believe, well, you having this puts my mind at ease. At least to some degree. Knowing how fast you're growing, and how practical the items you make are. I've seen far too many who, once they have even a bit of power, create extravagant items that are simply not practical for combat or most use.
What do you mean?
It'll be a long to start to go into. Nevertheless, like I said, the items you make are practical. They're well designed, and they aren't going to, explode. You see him shudder.
That is true. I will tinker more with them, trying my best to add on best I can. Maybe I can seal more spells, or perhaps make a new artifact that will allow me to do more. Oh, yes. I've learned a new ability. You see, I remember fighting a foe who could, well, he tried to, anyway, heal his own wounds. And I noticed him trying to do this with a quickness of perception. After I absorbed his power, I figured, well, why not attempt it myself? I casted Far Distant Lance Father, and almost fell unconscious in the process. We had a very large ogre golem to deal with, nevertheless. The spiritual scorching was intense. I've never casted that theurgy before. It hurt immensely, but all I had to do was reset the time on my body. Turn back the wheel. And it's as if the theurgy never happened. Its effects did, but the ones on my body reverted. I can cast the spell as long as I remain conscious, with very little repercussions.
You see him inspecting your spirit as he looks at you.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes, the divine powers of healing. They are very useful when it comes to circumventing the damage caused by theurgy.
I have also learned how to manipulate dreams. And this darkness, as he just whoosh dark shadows out around him and then right back into his cloaks. It's like, I've learned how to manipulate dreams, put people to sleep, and as well manipulate darkness itself. I can skate across surfaces as long as I'm within that darkness. I can fly. Absorbing these divines' power, I have found myself picking up pieces of them, manifesting their strength in various different ways. And, well, it's exciting. I feel like a new man from the one I was when I started this journey. Far stronger than I was, that's for sure.
He walks her to a window, gazing out upon his kingdom. Return back to you, and looking you very seriously in the eyes. Just please, my son, do not lose yourself in this new power.
What do you mean, going crazy? I would never allow myself to do so. And if you mean become disloyal, no. Not in a million years. Or more.
He shakes his head. I mean, do not lose your mind to the power. I've known your loyalty was never in doubt, and is never in doubt.
Well, I walk up next to the window as I look on out as I go. I would never allow myself to fall to the madness that is power. Even if it means slowing my progress, I will take time to digest. But I will grow. Slowly but surely, I will never let this overwhelm me. I do have to worry about other blanks, though. Absorbing their power could be incredibly dangerous, since they have so many artifacts of the divine within them. So many fragments of the battles they have had in the past, much like myself. But Normal divine is a meal I can take without any issue. Blanks, though, will be a very rough encounter. I feel like at some point soon that'll be most of what I'm finding, though, and that's what scares me. All I have to do is pace myself, though.
He nods. Just make sure to pace yourself. Don't rush into anything too massive. You may be powerful and you may be growing quickly. But I do not believe you're powerful enough to go an entire pantheon by yourself yet.
I'm working towards it. I know it'll take me time. I will set out in the morning. Go off to this last site. Father, can you do me a favor and get more information about this cult for me? I will return. And if you will give me that information upon arrival, I will set out and destroy them. So they never become an issue again.
He nods. I'll see what I can do with whatever informants I can reach.
He nods. Then I should get going. It's been an absolute pleasure seeing you once again. I will return here as soon as I can. I will be back as I leave.
Alright.
We will get our supplies situated and leave first thing in the morning. And that'll be it. That's all I can do.
Yeah, so that's all we have for today. 3.5 hours is pretty good, though.
3 1/4. I'm sorry, 3 3/4. That's pretty good.
Well, some of that time was just before stream.
That's true. All right.
About 3.5.
3.5. That's pretty good.
Good stream today, though.
It has been. We're probably gonna be. This is just for people who are in here currently watching live. I'm probably still gonna be running some Minecraft here in just a little bit, maybe. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to it, but we will be ending stream and then maybe coming back. So just be keeping an eye on it. But anywho, for anyone who's watching the VOD as well as watching live who may not already know us, I am Fossil DMG. I'm a D&D themed demigod only VTuber. Do lots of silly little games around here, from Minecraft to Apex to fucking everything else. I'm a variety streamer. We also do Godbound every single Wednesday unless something comes up, but we will do it every week unless something really bad comes up. We do this every single week around here. If you guys are not caught up with the VODs, or for some reason you guys are coming in and just watching this episode, but you guys want to catch up on the previous ones, it's an absolute blast to watch through. Honestly, I'm rewatching them right now, and it's really, really good. If you guys do want to check that out, you guys can go all the way over to my YouTube channel, which links is, if you're watching over on YouTube, just go to the fucking homepage, go over to the playlist, and it's all right there. If you guys are over on Twitch, you guys can head over to my link tree. You guys can find over to the Discord, or you guys can find by doing !socials over inside the chat box, and we'll pop it right up there. And you guys can go over to the YouTube channel and watch the entire series up to this point. It's really, really good. I have nothing but good things to say about it. It has been a whole lot of fun. I've been having an absolute blast. It's really funny. The journey so far has been actually kind of crazy. The lore's been really good. We've been uncovering things little by little at a good pace, I'd say, for lore. And things are going along pretty good.
I just had to lore writing this time.
Exactly. But yes, that's everything for me. My DM up here is Lich of Headpats, aka James. He is a co-host of mine for quite a lot of my streams. So you can find him here all the time. You can also find him over at twitch.tv/Lich of Headpats, all one word. James, if you want to say a little bit about yourself, feel absolutely free. Take the table.
Underscores are cringe.
Gross.
But yeah, I'm a Lich variety game streamer as well. I've been getting back into doing a lot of tabletop games. Godbound honestly has kind of lit that flame again of running and playing TTRPGs. I might be getting into doing another one. I gotta think about it, see how my schedule is, and how players can get stuff like that. But yeah, as Voss said, I'm usually just a co-host,
Mhm.
so I'm just generally around. I love playing myself some games, some silly shooters, or some good Minecraft,
Mhm.
or I say like Godbound.
All right, boys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, you can find me over at twitch.tv/fossil_dmg, and you can find James over at twitch.tv/lich of headpats. We, I know he streams randomly. I know I stream every single day, 10 p.m. EST. But yeah, we will see you guys here shortly. For any of you who are watching live, we're probably going to be here again, streaming again here after the stream ends in probably about an hour or less. I just keep an eye out over on the
You're fucking
Discord.
tempting me.
Over on the
Fucking tempting
Discord.
me.
But I know we got to do some off-stream stuff for Godbound, and then I'm going to go lay down for just a little bit, and then we're going to hop back, and then I'm going to hop back into some Minecraft gaming. But thank you all for watching at home. I'll see you guys later. Bye.